Hello, 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 everybody. Hopefully I got all the settings on this correct, and some of you guys are actually able to hear me and see what's on the screen here. I don't know. Again, I'm just trying to figure out, for my coin streams I use Streamlabs OBS, and because I don't know how to, I gotta turn off my other computer there. Sorry about that. Because I don't know how to set all the settings to or change or to not ruin all those. I just got regular OBS for streaming games, so I had downloaded a whole separate program that I'm trying to figure out. Just because I don't know how to I guess have one set of settings for my coin streams and one for games, but I'm sure there's an easy way to do it. Hey there, Johnny Kilo, Lincoln, Don Barry says loud and clear, and he says about darn time. I've been waiting for you to play video games and stuff. So yeah, here we are, I guess. All right, let's do this. Where we left off. Where did we leave off? Where we left off, we had just done a flyby of the moon, which is the mun in this game, and we did it just to get a little bit of extra money and science points so we could unlock some stuff. We were limited on the number of parts we could put on our vehicle, so we couldn't do any science experiments. We had to use all of our parts just to get that many fuel tanks and engines we needed. But we did, since we earned that money, we did upgrade our vehicle assembly building. So now when we go here, we could have the maximum number of parts on our vehicle is 255 instead of 30 parts, which is a huge difference. So now we can basically repeat that moon flyby, and maybe even a flyby of some other celestial bodies, and have them packed with science experiments so we can earn lots of cool science. But first we need to go look at our tech tree to make sure we have everything unlocked that we need to unlock. So this is basically the game here. As you earn science by doing different experiments and going and achieving different missions and visiting different planets and moons, you get more science points to unlock more techs. Then you can get cooler stuff like bigger engines, bigger, solid rocket boosters, more, scanners. This is little electronics, seismometers. You can get what is this one? Where's the nuke? Where's the nuke? There it is. Radioisotope thermoelectric generator. So we can use plutonium. We don't use plutonium. We use plutonium, it says in this game, to provide constant heat and electric. So eventually we want to unlock all this, but we've only unlocked the ones in green so far because we're kind of just starting out. So this is the career mode. We set it on normal difficulty, which is still pretty difficult. Lincoln Central says hello to Johnny, and Johnny says hello to Don, and Johnny says hello to Lincoln, and Lincoln says hello to Don, and everybody says hello to each other. Party Pickle, he's got a sickness and the only cure is more cowbell. Well, luckily the cure is on its way for all the sicknesses, Party Pickle, because that's the way of the world. But we don't get political in here at all. We're going to play some Kerbal Space Program. Now, I was just looking at this. The last time we did to fly around the moon, we were thinking about going to the other moon of our planet, which is called Minmus, but we are short on electrical power. And if we run out of electric power, we might not be able to control certain parts of our spacecraft. We need to unlock this. This is electrics. That gives us a small solar panel, photovoltaic, and it also gives us a rechargeable battery bank. Now, right here, we do have a rechargeable battery pack. So we could just put a bunch of batteries on it right now and hope that it's enough, but I don't think we have any, there's nothing here that we can recharge it with. So we would just have to make sure we have enough batteries. I don't like that idea. I don't like that idea at all. We need to unlock electrics. We need 90 science points, but we are at 86.4. So let me do my math. 90. So in order to find the difference, we take 90 minus 86.4. Since there's a decimal, we would do 90.0 minus 86.4. So 0 minus 4, you can't do that. So you got to carry a 1 from the other column to make that 89, and then that'd be 10 minus 4. So it'd be 6, and then you'd have the 9 minus... It's somewhere around 3.6 science is what we need, which is hardly any science. Something we did last time, though, is we just unlocked a new science experiment, the Science Junior, which this is a self-contained lab, and you can deploy the Science Junior at different places, and you get a bunch of science. Can we get some catnip right now, okay, says Craig Durbin. Well, not yet, not yet. Can't do that. I was going to go live, but you'll... Hey, JW, Coins and Hobbies, don't let me stop you. Don't let me stop you. Speaking of nerds in this game, it sounds like Nate Hunt's Heat probably won't be playing Fall Guys anymore because he watched the one stream we did of this on a Saturday, and apparently he's got hooked and just went on Steam and bought like the whole full version with all the DLCs, and he's been doing the tutorials for the last few hours. Is, you know, what I hear. So anyway, so yeah, carry the one. And now that was subtraction, JW. Subtraction's not that hard. Addition's easier. When we get into our multiplication, I got some other tricks I can show you, but the gazintas are the hardest. The gazintas. I mean, the gazintas is what I always had the most trouble with in math class. And some of you guys are like, what the hell's the gazintas? Some of you guys call that division, like, you know, 2 goes into 8, how many times? Well, that's 4. And, you know, well, we call them the gazintas, and those are really, really hard. So hopefully we don't have to do any of those tonight. All right, so what we're going to do is, since we're a little bit shy, I think we can use this Science Junior. And what we can do here is this is the technology tree. We can go into our archives, and here is Werner von Kerman. This is basically a record of all the science experiments and how we've earned all of our science to date. And it's just a big mess here. But here's the different time. We've done 8 different crew reports, and it tells us everywhere we've done the crew reports, EVA reports, mystery goo, temperature scans. So we can basically... Now, here's how it works. If you do the experiment one time, you get a bunch of science. If you do the same experiment again, you get a little tiny bit of science, but nowhere near as much as you get the first time. And I think you can even do it a third time for just a tiny bit of science. So we could just go do a couple of the same experiments over again and probably get that 3.6 we need. But I'm just checking here right now. It looks like we've never done any of the mystery or Science Junior experiments that we just unlocked. So we can basically just go right, and we can sort this not only by the types of experiments, but we can look at anything we've done around Kerbin. And here's all the stuff we've done around our planet of Kerbin. Here's the only thing we've done around the moon so far. All we did is the recovery of a vessel returned from orbit around the moon. That's all we've done. We've done no science around the moon at all. Minmus, we've never even been there, and here's the other planets. And you can see all the different moons and planets, and good times, good times. Good times. This sounds like work, not a game. It's not a kid's game. I'll tell you that. It's there's some math involved. There is some math involved. So again, pretty fair with a couple of the calculators. If I have to, I'll pull open my Windows calculator. I can do that, and we can even do experiments around the sun itself. So anyway, that's just a history. So let's quit stalling, quit talking. What we're going to do is we're going to make a really, really simple craft. We're not even going to title it and save it. We're going to have this is our command pod, and we're going to go ahead under Science and get that fancy Science Junior right there. And that's it. We're going to launch this right now. You're like, Kittle, there's no, what are you launching? What are you launching? There's nothing there. Well, there's no engines, no nothing. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go right to the launch pad, and we're going to do the experiment at the launch pad. Have we died yet? Gringo, nah, not really. We did blow up the fins off the engine off the bottom of our rocket once, but if we hit the escape button, we can revert back to the vehicle assembly building and basically do a redo. So we've done that at least once. All right, so here we are at the launch pad, so we could just basically do a crew report. See, we've already done a crew report from the launch pad. We get no science for doing this because we've already done that before. If we do an EVA, what happens? EVA report, we don't get any science. We've already done that, so we will, and we're not able to do surface samples yet, I don't think. We've not unlocked that ability yet. So let's go back in, but we can use this Science Junior, conduct the materials study. And bam, right there, even though we just did it at the launch pad, if we recover this experiment, it's 7.5 science, more than enough to get that 3.6 that we needed. Awesome. Another Discord, you're watching Mandalorian. JW, I think I watched the first episode, or maybe the first episode and a half, and then I fell asleep. And then when I woke up to try to watch it again, it was like on episode 5 or 6 because it just kept playing. So I don't know how much of it I watched, but I don't know. I didn't think it was great enough to go back and and figure it out. Maybe someday I'll go back and watch it. I don't know. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and keep that experiment, and we're gonna recover our spacecraft. Boom. That's just a little fun way to get a little bit of science if you need it. Just do some science right around your own space center. So right there, 7.5 earned. We get all of our money back because we just recovered the stuff we put out on a launch pad. And we didn't get any XP for our pilot because he didn't do anything. But now we got enough science, 93.9, to unlock electric parts. Research that, and now we can do that. Bam. Now we can go to our vehicle assembly building, and we can now go to the moon and do some science. But first, we do need to check our contracts. So Ashes, how you doing? Too cheap for another subscription? Yeah, I think either my sister pays for, was it on Disney something? Maybe we got like a free year of it from Verizon. There was some deal like that. Anyways, I got a password for it from my sister, so she's got that Kittle cash to buy those little fancy subscriptions. So here we go. Here's a contract to rendezvous 2 vessels in orbit around Kerbal. We're not planning on doing that yet. Here's a rescue mission. Apparently, Sigbal Kerman is stranded in low Kerbal orbit. We can return her safely for a bunch of money. We're not ready to do rescue missions. Science data from space around the moon. Yes, that's exactly what we're planning on doing. We will accept that contract. Let's see what else. Terrier liquid at splashdown. I'm not planning on doing that. Decoupler at certain heights and... Nah, we're just going to dismiss that. We're never going to do that. Ferry 4 tourists to different places around the moon, and nah, we're not doing that tourist mission. Here's another tourist mission. Here's another tourist mission. Science data from the surface of the moon. We will do that someday. I don't think we're planning a moon landing right now, though. Unfortunately, we can't do that, I don't think. Wish someone in the family would give me their password. Exactly, right? Exactly. So is that the only contract we got going on? Science from around the moon. Okay. We should check this from time to time, though. And you know what? Let's get rid of a couple of these we know we're never going to do, so then other things will pop up. So, ferry 2 tourists. We're not going to do this testing. We're going to decline that. We're not going to ferry a VIP to their destination. I don't even know. Okay, enough talking. Let's go build our spacecraft and get to the moon. Can we get Cartman in here? Come on, man. So let's load in our last vehicle that we did last time. I think it was Fidget 4 or Fidget 5 we named it. Let's see. Open Fidget 5. 28 parts and 9 stages. Let's see what that looked like. Holy smokes. This I remember had so much power, it got us to the moon no problem. And I gotta remember all the buttons. I don't remember the buttons of how to do any of this, so that zooms us in. But remember, this had just enough parts basically to get us there. We had no science at all on this puppy. So we need to rename this craft, and yeah. Why would they give you missions? Well, Gringo, we can do them. We technically can do them. It'd be very difficult to do that. So, for example, science from the surface of the moon. We could create a moon lander right now. Some of them I just don't want to do. Like right here, ferry 4 tourists to their destination. These are hard to do because not all 4 tourists have the same destination and thing. But you do get a lot of money and reputation points for doing this. Like this guy, he wants us to orbit the moon, orbit Kerbin, and do a suborbital flight over Kerbin. We got to do all those for this guy, and then we get $73,000. This guy wants us to orbit the moon and orbit Kerbin. This guy wants us to do all kinds of stuff, and so basically we would get all this done if basically we just left Kerbin and then flew around the moon. And I think we would have to orbit the moon, and we accomplish this for everybody. Right now, though, I don't think I have the part unlocked to put extra people on my spacecraft. Now, technically, but if I accept this right now, the offer expires in 1 day in the game. If I do this, if I click accept, I think we get like a whole year in game to complete it. We get a lot of time. So if it's a contract I know I eventually want to do, and I think I'll do it soon, I could, lock it in right now and just to remind myself to do it. Like science data from the surface of the moon, you know what? That's an easy one. I should probably just accept that because eventually we're going to do that. Now if I go to active contracts, science data from the surface of the moon, we got 10 years in the game to finish this. We've only done 5 days. So eventually we're going to land on the moon and get the science, and we'll get that money. And by taking the contract now, we just got an advance of $25,000. When we complete it, we get the other $69,000. If we fail, we have to pay back $28,000 and we lose reputation. So you want to take the contract now so you get the money to help you complete it. Now you don't want to take every contract because you can only have at the level we're at right now in our administration building, I think it's called, we can only take 7 contracts at a time. So we don't want to take a whole bunch of them that we can't do for a while. We want to leave room for some of the easier ones. So explore Kerbin. What was this one? Oh, that was rendezvousing. We're not doing that right now. Back to mission, or vehicle assembly building. I'm sorry. Can we call it Red Rocket? Yes, tonight will be Red Rocket 1. Red Rocket 1. Perfect. So what we're going to do is basically, I think all we want to do is get a bunch of science. Unfortunately, I can only bring one person along at a time, which is bad, because I got to bring my pilot, because I want someone to fly this puppy. If we could also bring us, well, let's just make sure. Command and control, payload. I mean, I could just stick a guy in like a service bay. There'd be no life support for him. He'd probably die. Yeah, probably not a good idea. Actually, they won't die. They don't die. It would work, but Red Rocket, Red Rocket. Anyway, we don't have the bigger command capsule or this hitchhiker storage bays is what they're called for the people that you'd bring along with you. If we did, we could have our pilot flying, and then we could also bring a scientist. And then if we had something like the Science Junior unit, the scientist can keep resetting that so you can keep doing the experiments in different places. We don't have that right now, so we're not going to even worry about that. What we're going to do, though, come on, zoom in. We need to add science to this sucker. Okay, so where's science? Right here. We're going to add a thermometer. I'm going to put them pretty close to the door. I think we can have our guy EVA and keep resetting this. I sure hope so. If not, then we might have to revert back to launch and try again. Cat Dog, what's up? Anybody watch The Challenger on Netflix? Yeah, I've seen that one. There's been a whole bunch of pretty good documentaries about The Challenger. I don't think the new one on Netflix was very good in comparison to many of the others that have been on. It was kind of, I don't know, kind of dumbed it down a lot. And anyway, enough of that. Let's see, what else? So we only got basically those 2 experiments. We can also bring some mystery goo. We're going to do that. Let's put on symmetry mode. We'll bring 2 of those, I think, so we can at least do 2 mystery goo. We'll do 1, I guess, in orbit high above the moon and 1 in orbit low at the moon. And hopefully these survive and don't blow up on re-entry. I think that'll be good. Is this close enough over there? I'll put it right there so it's not blocking our door. I think that's going to be good. You're having pizza? How's everyone's day? I'm doing okay, Cat Dog. I'm playing video games and talking to some friends. What's wrong with that? Okay, so what other science do we need to bring? What did I just do? I gotta unlock, I unlocked, shoot. Where's my solar panels? Well, here's communications devices. I don't think we need this. I don't think we need antennas and stuff because we have a pilot on board. You need the antennas if you're sending out like a probe without a pilot. And it's like just remote controlled. You need to have good antennas on them so you can actually control it from mission control. Electrical is what we need. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put these down here. Let's do 4 of them, so no matter which way we're going, the sun should hit these. So we got 4 of those. And battery. Oh, shoot. Where are we going to put the battery? I gotta zoom out. Where are we going to put the battery? This is not easy. Only if you can teach them how to win crown. Show me how to use the testing stuff. What do you mean use the testing stuff? So like if you get a contract to test like the heat shield, all you do is you put a heat shield on a craft, you go to the launch pad, and then while you're at the launch pad, I think you just right click on it, and then there'll be a button, there'll be an option to test it. That's all. That's how you test stuff. There'll be an option on that actual part. I don't know about PS4 how you actually do it though. So if you have a contract to test something, now other things like a lot of the testing missions I don't do because it'll be like for like if you get a mission to test your parachute, it'll say yeah you have to test it at in between these altitudes and be between these speeds. It's tough. It's tough to meet those exact parameters just unless you're really planning for it. So aerodynamics, let's put some nose cones on these. Is this going to work? Yeah. We're going to be a little bit more aerodynamic than we were last time. Remember last time we flew this when it was called Fidget 5, we couldn't have it at this many parts on our craft. That's why we were not as aerodynamic. What other science do we want to go? Nate has, so you have to set it up before takeoff. I don't think so. So like if you already have a craft that has that part on it flying, and then you go back to mission control and you see that there's a contract to test something, you should be able to go accept that contract, go back to your craft, and enable that test as long as you're testing it at the right spot. And like if it says you can test it in flight and you're in the right place. And I think if you go over to contracts, there's like this little thing at the bottom on PC. This shows you your active contracts. I'm just got transmit and recover science around the moon, transmit and recover science from the surface of the moon. So we only got 2 contracts right now. Oops, I gotta click that. Okay, so I think we might be ready to go. Do I want to bring? I mean, I guess we might as well put some fins on this, right? We didn't need them last time, and actually, by putting fins on it, we're probably risking breaking the fins off with our boosters. But you know what? YOLO, right? We can always go back. So gotta keep the symmetry just right on this. Let's just go ahead and do that. We'll have a little bit more control. We're probably going to blow this up. We're probably going to blow it up, but I think that's what most of you are here for, right? That's what most of... So we got solar panels. I need a battery. That's what we need. We need battery. Electrical. We can put these batteries on, like just the outside. They're kind of clunky and stupid looking, and going up, they'll probably blow up. And here, I'll just zoom in just so you can see what they look. They're just basically a couple AA batteries and a light bulb attached to the side of your craft. It works. They hold a little bit of charge, and the solar panels would keep recharging. We'd probably blow them up. Maybe. This battery is a little nicer, though. You know what? Maybe, can we do that? Just stick it right up here. That might work. That might work. I don't know. I don't know if I've done that before. And this parachute should be enough to let us land when we return safely with all of our science and good stuff. Oh, I had a symmetry mode on when I accidentally put this on there. Let's get that out of there. Science. Let's make sure we're not sticking science experiments all over the place without knowing. Science. This here, we only want 1 of these on here. Because I think we can keep grabbing science out of there and doing it over and over and over. Looks like we're ready to go to Mars. We probably could get to Mars with this rocket. There's enough power on it, but we're just going to go around the moon. And then after we do that, as long as we get to the moon and do some science safely, we will maybe go to Minmus if we have enough power, which is the other moon. But maybe we'll just make that a separate launch just to be safe. And you know what? While we're thinking about it, maybe we just stick a couple more mystery goos on here. just in case we go to Minmus. You know what? Let's do it. This is probably not theirs. Now we can do that experiment 4 times. We'll do 2 of them around the moon, once in high orbit, once in low orbit, and then we can have 2 more in case we go to Minmus, so we can do 2 more there. They're not really lined up right. I mean, try to get that I don't think it matters too much, other than just for the looks. It's going to make us be a little bit wonky on out of balance. And you can actually, if you really get into this, you can test it. Like, here's the center of mass overlay. It'll tell you where the center of mass of your vehicle is. Here's the center of thrust. If you know stuff about rockets, you probably know what all this means. Like, you probably want your center of thrust below the center of mass, I'm guessing. I think that's probably how that works. Aerodynamics, right overlay is pretty even with the center of mass. That's probably good. I don't know. There's probably 100 YouTube videos of like actual rocket scientists that explain if all that stuff's good or not. So let's check our staging and then let's go launch. Are these minions? I mean, a lot of people say that. Here's the crew. Right now we got Jebediah Kerman in there. He's our pilot. We can also pick an engineer, scientist, or a different pilot, but we'll stick with Jeb because he's got a little experience. Yeah, a lot of people say they kind of look like minions. How do you get out of here? I don't know how to get back out of here now. Switch editor? Nope, I didn't want to do that. Switch editor? Yeah, I think that got back. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. You guys wouldn't let me do all the tutorials. All right, let's check our staging. So on the first stage, that engine lights, those 2 engines light, and our solid rocket boosters light. The next stage is decoupling our solid rocket boosters. Then we decouple our outer engines. Then we decouple our center engine. Then we light our next stage. And the last thing we do... No, we got to do a separate stage here. We want to decouple at the end, then float in, and then we'll do our parachute last. Always got to check your stages. Otherwise, and I think you can do that while you're flying. I think you can rearrange things if you notice in flight that they're totally wrong. Let's just look through the parts to see if there's anything else we want to bring with us. I don't think we have that much more unlocked. I mean, I'd really like to bring the Science Junior unit, but that's so heavy that I don't think we can bring it. Otherwise, we have to then put landing legs and maybe put extra parachutes, and we don't have an antenna. I don't think we need an antenna. But for $300, let's stick an antenna right on the back of this, right? It's probably a good idea, just in case we need it. Boom, there's an antenna. That'll probably burn off on re-entry or... Science, and we put lights on it. We don't need lights. Drogue chutes, we don't need those. You forget the stages. Oh, trial and error. So this is Red Rocket 1, saving. And we're going to go to launch. This is not Farming Sim, Romeo. This is Kerbal Space Program. And this is a pretty crazy ship here. So we're going to go ahead, zoom out just a little bit. We're going to go for the moon. Got plenty of science we can do. And let's see how we do this. We need to put on our stability assist, which we're not worried about battery charge as much now because we do have some solar panels we're bringing with us. And just to be clear, I put the solar panels pretty high up on the ship because this part of the ship's going to be with us almost until the very end. I could put a solar panel on the hatch itself just to make sure I can keep charging even after I ditch this stage. But I'm ditching this stage right before we re-entry, so I'm not too worried about it. That's kind of why I put them there. But you can put solar panels like anywhere you want, but you don't want to put solar panels like on your solid rocket boosters because we're ditching those right away. So you got to feed the crew. There are mods that you can download for computer to where you can where you do have to bring enough food and life support for your crews. But in the base game, we could send Jebediah on a 100-year mission, and he's going to keep smiling down here in the bottom corner, and he'll be great. He'll be great the whole time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throttle up, even though we're not going yet. I'm just got Got my foot on the gas. If you guys want to watch down here, this is the nav ball showing us where we're going. This side over here, the right or left side of the nav ball is our throttle. The right side is the G-force meter. Right here at green is 0. Down here is -5 Gs. Right when we get to the red is about 9 Gs, but then pegging it gets us to 15 Gs, and then I believe our guy passes out when he's in the red a little bit too long. So maybe we'll get there. I don't know. Maybe we'll get lucky, right? So here's the plan. I need to get into orbit, map view. Where are we at? We're right there. Let's see where the moon's at. It's over right there. I think we're going to be good there. Go back to this view. What else do I got to do? I got stability assist on. And I think we just got to launch, right? Quit messing around, Kittle, and launch. Smiling skeleton, but a good one. Hey, and just remember, if anything goes really wrong here, all we got to do is hit escape, and we can click revert flight and go right back to launch or right back to vehicle assembly building. And all is good then, and then all is good. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it at all. All right, we're going. What do we do? 3, 2, 1, and fire. Okay. We got tons of throttle. I'm going to throttle down just a little bit because I'm going to start turning. We want to get into orbit. We don't want to go straight up. Orbit is just going sideways around the planet really, really, really fast. It's kind of how orbit is. I'm going to slow down a little bit more. We're watching our solid fuel over here on the side. When the solid fuel's totally out, we'll ditch our boosters and hopefully not blow up our ship. And our rocket's rotating because we're totally out of balance. There's our solid rocket boosters. Let's ditch them. Wow, they just cleared. They hit each other. That's fine. We need to turn a lot more. Yeah, this craft is not balanced. It's spinning on its own. I'm trying to keep it headed towards 90 degrees because that's the direction our planet rotates. Whoops. Oops. Oh, no. Oh, no. We're doing bad. We're doing bad. Oh, I need to kick up the throttle some more. Okay, here we go. Here we go. It's not very stable, I'll tell you that. I'm having trouble flying it. Now, this is dangerous turning this far tilted while we're still in the atmosphere. The atmosphere goes all the way to 70,000 meters, but we went up too straight. I need to flatten out the curve here. Need to flatten it out. I think we're doing okay though. I think this is going to be fine. Let's go to the map mode really quick. Yeah, we're going to make it up to 94,000. So I'm going to cut the fuel right now. Just coasting, we make it up to 95,000 meters. Now it's going down a little bit because we still got some atmospheric drag, slowing us down slightly, but we're almost out of the atmosphere. So we're good. We're gonna make it into space at least. Hey, hi Toys Plays. I remember you were just here 2 days ago. I know. We're going down. We're going down. We're going down. No, we're not going down. So there we are. Now we got a plan. Right now we are in space, 70,000 meters. We'll go back to the map mode. It's gonna take 1:33 for us to get to the top point of our orbit here. Well, it's not yet an orbit. We need to get this into orbit. So I'm going to plan a maneuver node like right at the apoapsis of our orbit right there. And we got to burn prograde until we're in orbit. And it's going to be about that. That gets us to 104 and 82. That's in orbit. Good enough. That takes 992 meters per second of power of delta V, it's called. That's what that's called. And in this stage, we have 839 meters per second squared of delta. So we'll burn through the rest of this whole stage, I believe. So right now, since we set up that burn, we're getting there in 39 seconds, and the burn is going to take 52 seconds. So we got to start planning to do this. So we're going to aim towards the blue mark on our nav ball. If I can. Now, we don't have any power right now because I have my engine off. I don't have it off. I just have the throttle all the way at 0. So the only thing turning the spacecraft is there's reaction wheels inside the command pod. Oh, we gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta go. We're almost at our node. Oops. Max power. Max power. There we go. And you know what? Prograde, we can actually just click on the prograde marker since Jebediah is a level 1 pilot. He knows how to stay going prograde. So we can just click on that and he will hold our spot. Kittle is a nerd. Thanks, Cat Dog. Appreciate that. Hidden, how you doing, Hidden? Hello to you. Thanks for coming on in. So we need to stop our burn. We need to pay attention here. Stop our burn when it gets all the way down, but we just ran out of that stage, so we hit spacebar. And then we hit spacebar again to light our next engine. Actually, that engine was out of fuel, so we get rid of that. I think that was how we did that right. And then we got to light the next engine. Okay. Hope I did that right. All right, we just did that a little bit wrong, so let's just go to the map view real quick. Yeah, this looks good. Let's just cancel this burn. Let's see where we're at. Are we in orbit? Apoapsis 105, Periapsis 53. No, we're not. We need to burn. We need to burn hard. Okay, now our Periapsis is 77,000. We want both of these numbers. The Apoapsis 125, Periapsis 77. Both of those need to be over 70,000 because that's where the atmosphere is. Otherwise, we crash back into the planet. So now we are in orbit around Kerbin. That was a lot harder than it should have been. But that's okay. I got enough to make it to the moon? I do believe so. I do believe so. I think we got plenty. But we can figure that out in just a second. So now, yeah, I just didn't do that very well. But that's okay. That's okay. So we want to burn to the moon. You kind of want to go around to where you're just the moon's rising right on the horizon. So we want to add a maneuver right around there. And all we got to do to get to the moon, it's on the same orbital plane as we are, or pretty close. As long as I'm at 90 degrees, which I think we're pretty equatorial, we just burn like crazy. What we're doing is we're burning, and we're going to head out this way. The moon's over here, though, so why don't we just go straight to the moon? Well, it takes us time to get over here, and the moon's going this way, so hopefully we meet the moon when it gets there. And this will predict that, and there it is, right there. So that shows that we're going to get an encounter with the moon. If we burn 851 meters per second squared that way, we can double check this by focusing on the moon, and this will show us where we're going to be. And look at that, we're going to go right to the moon. So right there, if let's try to do this. How do we do this? Let's burn a little bit more prograde and see if we get closer. Yep. Oh, that's way too close. We could do all these adjustments later, but it's better to do it when you're really far away from the moon, because a little tiny bit of burn right now makes a huge difference way out here. If we wait to do our adjustments until we're almost there, you got to spend a lot more power to move the same amount of space. So that's actually looking pretty darn good. We're going to come right in 26,000 meters above the surface if we do this burn right there. I'm happy with that. We're going back to the craft. That burn is going to happen in 22 minutes, and the burn will take 1 minute and 18 seconds to complete. I'm cool with that. Cat Dog's going to go eat some beef jerky. Nice. You mean mun. Every KS player says, yeah, mun, moon, same thing. Well, it depends on how you pronounce it. I am saying M-U-N this whole time. Mun, moon. All right, so we need to speed up time a little bit. Whoa. Yeah, 20 minutes away. Now, the safer way to do this, instead of just speeding up time, just so you guys know, is we need to go back and focus. I think tab cycles. No, that's going to go through every planet in this thing. That's fine. I don't know how to go right back to my... Oh, I messed up again. I don't know how to go right back to my spacecraft in one button. I don't know the button that does that. There we are. Now we're back to our red rocket. We're going this way around the planet. Our burn is right over here in 19 minutes, so I can warp to right about here. Warp here. Boom. Let's just do that. That's the easy way to do it. And Cat Dog just says, shut up. Well, you got your comment deleted for that. No need for any of that here. No need for any of that. Thank you very much. All right, and I now need to line up. Probably just prograde is where we want to be. See our electric charge is going down. And our node is in 55 seconds. Our burn's a minute 18. That's about almost 80 seconds. So we want to start burning about halfway through there. So about half before the node, half before. So we need to start burning like pretty close now here. Like probably right about now. I'm going to turn off prograde and just put us on stability assist because I want to aim it a little better. Let's burn. I'm going to aim right towards the center of this blue mark. Another conversation about flat earthers, yeah. Good luck with that one. Good luck with that one. So yeah, this engine we got here, I forgot which engine this is. I think we can actually zoom in on it. It is the Terrier engine. It's pretty efficient in space, I believe, but doesn't have tons and tons of thrust, so it's a long burn. But over here we got 2,600 meters a second of fuel left. We only need 400 some to get to the moon. We'll need more fuel to circularize our orbit of the moon. We'll need some more fuel to get home. I think we got plenty. We're just following our burn meter here, or our maneuver that we have planned. We're trying to keep centered as much as we can so our burn goes where we think we're going. And we got to try to cancel it right when we get where we want to get. Now, if we have a better pilot, we could just lock to the maneuver and it'd be real easy. I'm going to go ahead and stop it right there. 7 meters a second away, close enough. We can fine tune it if we want to. If we have a better pilot, more options right here unlock. Right now, all we can do is hold stable a little bit, aim prograde, or aim retrograde. That's all Jebediah knows how to do. Once we get him more experience, he'll unlock anti-normal, normal, the radial in, radial out. He'll also unlock hold to target, which would be really great if we had hold to target right now, because then he would have held that the whole time. So, oh man, what are they doing here, JW? What's everybody doing? Colonel Sanders, prepare for dark helmet, light speed. Just don't. As long as we don't go plaid, man. As long as we don't go plaid. Anyway, let's check how we did on that burn. Let's see. It looks like we're going to the mun. And our periapsis is 635,000 meters away, so we totally screwed that up. So let's... No, I don't want to add a maneuver there. No, I don't want to add a maneuver there. Let's focus on the mun. So we are not even coming in close, so let's stay going prograde, and we're going to burn just a little bit, like just barely turn on our engine, and look at it moving. And we got to remember to hit X before we crash into the moon to kill our throttle. Yeah, a little tiny bit of boost right now makes a huge difference at the moon. Now, if we really want to fine-tune this, we can actually decrease the power of our engine. So let's just do that in case Nate doesn't know how to do that, because I know Nate's playing this game. Again, I don't know how to go back to my rocket right now. Well, I know how to do this. Just go right here. So on this rocket, if we right-click on it, there's thrust limiter. Right now we're at 100%. Let's put this down to just, I don't know, let's go down to like what? 2.5%. So if we go full throttle, really it's only going to put out 2.5% of its power. So let's do that. Now if we go back to map view and we give it just a little tiny bit of power, this should like barely move, right? I think. Yeah, look at how fine we can do these adjustments now. Let's go for about 25,000 meters or so. So yeah, that's how you do like real fine tuning if you need to. 35, 34, 33, 30. Let's go down to 20. Heck with it. Let's get a nice close view of the moon. Mun. Let's kill it. 20,165 is where we're going to end up. Perfect. Now let's go back to our craft, zoom in here, and put that thrust back up. If you ever play with the thrust limiter, I recommend immediately going and put it in the back. Otherwise, if you're in like a sticky situation and you need to quickly get your power, you might forget that you would put that down to 2.5 and you end up dying. You'll get this game when you win a crown. How's that? Uh-oh. It's the boring science version of Fall Guys. What are you guys talking about? Oh, you guys are breaking my balls. Come on, guys. What is this game? It's Kerbal Space Program. It should be in the title, should be in the description. Kerbal Space Program. Now, I looked it up. YouTube tells me when I plugged in the information of this game, YouTube tells me that this game came out in 2011. Well, I guess a beta version of the game did come out. I'm going to cycle to my craft again. There we go. A beta version of the game came out in 2011. I think the first regular version of it came out in like 2015 or 2016. So it's not quite as old as I said it was. But so I know most people that I know that played this back in the day, if you watch all their YouTube videos, they're all from like 2015, 2016, 2017. So, but Kerbal Space Program 2 has been delayed. It was supposed to come out either end of this year or beginning of next year. It's been delayed till 2022. So there you go. So now we just got to wait. When are we going to get here? So in 1 day, 0 hours, and 7 minutes, we'll make it to the moon right there. So again, we're going to go ahead and end this stream now. We'll see you in 1 day, 0 hours, and 7 minutes. No. We don't have to do that, actually. You could sit here and play the game real time if you wanted to. Or what some people do. This is a short mission. It's only going to take a day to get to there. If you do some of the missions to like some of the planets, outer planets especially, and there are mods. Like this is just like a few of the planets. There's actually, I think it's called an Outer Planets mod, where it adds like a few more planets even further. There's also interplanetary, like, interstellar mods to where you can like travel to other stars with like future technology that you can unlock. There's a lot of stuff you can do, but so if we travel out to like Jewel or Elio, these far planets, it could take years to get there. Now, you could really just wait years until it gets there. That's fine. Or you could just fast forward time if you want to do one mission at a time. What some people do is we'll just say we were going to go to Duna, which is Mars in this game. We could just set our, like what we just there, set our craft on the way, and then we can go back to our home planet and start another mission and just keep doing other missions and just all along keep watching our craft get closer. And then when it's close enough to do something, we can then switch to that. And so we could have like 10, 15, 20, however many missions we want going at once. But then we just got to really keep track of them to know which ones we got to try to, go to make our adjustments before they go too far and miss their turns. So anyway, we will fast forward this. But what we'll do is we'll go right up here, right before we do our encounter. We'll click on there and we'll warp to there. We'll warp 4 hours ahead. Them's the rules. Uh-oh. Yeah-oh. Oh, you guys are talking about Discord rules. I see. Watch like 4 tutorials just to get into space. Nate, I'm telling you, since I played this a couple of years ago and I played it, I don't know, I actually, Steam, it tells me I played a little over 100 hours, which isn't a lot for a game, compared to what some people do. I probably made the first time playing last episode look easy to you now. Or I probably made it look easy because I've done it a lot, and I kind of know some of the stuff. But yeah, first time playing, definitely have to do the tutorials, and which I did. I did the tutorials a little bit, but yeah, it's I went through them real quick and didn't read everything. You really need to read it all and learn about each little thing it's trying to tell you to do. All right, let's fast forward until right here at this spot. This little spot here means we're going to leave, and it's not even telling me what it is. No, I don't know. Moon encounter, 9 minutes. This means we're going to leave the gravity of Kerbal. We'll still be under its gravity, but we'll be more under the gravity of the moon at this point. So we'll see the camera switch a little bit when we fast forward 50 times speed. Found a half with whose initials? With JW's or with my initials, Lady Kid? You guys are all sitting at the back of the class. So now the view changed. Now we're going to in the moon sphere of influence. Let's slow this down. Let's zoom in a little bit. We're going to get within... Actually, no, we're in the moon's sphere of influence. Let's go back to our craft, and let's run some science, just for science. How's our battery looking? Electric charge is a little bit low. Where's the sun? Oh, that's pretty funny. I think we're in an eclipse right now. I think the sun is just right on the other side of the planet. Let's take a look at the map view to confirm that. That is pretty cool, I think. I don't know, is that right? So we're here. Yeah, we're actually getting blocked from the sun right now. We've eclipsed ourselves there. So right now we're getting no power from our solar panels, but that'll just be a temporary thing. That's why the craft is a little bit dark too. So I'll try to keep it in the Milky Way. But I gotta catch up on chat because what's going on here? I gotta keep it. Outer Wilds, sitting in the back of the class, build space stations. Nate, you can build space stations. There's videos of people that actually recreate the International Space Station and do all the separate launches. There's other people that do it all in one big launch and get crazy with it. But the space stations really don't do anything. I think there's mods that let you do stuff. So, it's kind of cool. Amanda likes Penny Dog's channel. Yeah, probably they're 18 and over nights, mostly, Amanda. Even though the first couple 18 and over nights weren't really 18 and over. They didn't even say like one curse word, hardly. Forgot she was... Yeah, I forgot she was live tonight too, Alfred, until I had set up this stream, and I'm like, well, hold on, let me check to see who else is streaming right now, and it's like, Penny Dog, damn it! And it's, and then I saw they were already going for 2 hours, so anyway. I screwed up. Let's deploy this antenna that we put on here, just because. Not sure we need to, but let's... Actually, right here, signal strength 30%. Let's see if this changes. Extend antenna. Oh, yeah. Signal strength 99%. I guess that matters. If we were going to try to transmit anything, which I don't know if we will. I don't think we will. Getting a webcam so you can stream. Awesome, Sodium. Hey, look, just remember... Don't try to make everything perfect. Don't try to do what everybody else does or what your favorite YouTuber... Just be yourself and do your best and have fun with it. And there you go. That'll take a lot of the pressure off, I'm sure. Watching it in 2 times speed. We stopped it when they started. Yeah, and then when I went in there 2 hours after it started, Amanda, and they're all hassling me like, oh, Kittle's sister was here. I'm like, dude, whatever. Can't compete. All right, so this is actually going to be pretty dark for you guys, but I did zoom in. We're high above the moon right now, and actually, I was like, what, we're high? No, we're high above the surface of the moon right now. It's dark over here because, again, just by chance, I think, we came in while we're being eclipsed by our planet. That'll change eventually, I hope. Otherwise, we'll run out of power. So what we're going to do is we're going to run some of these experiments now. We're going to go log the temperature. Temperature scan while high in space above the moon. There we go. Keep experiment. And pressure data. Pressure high in space above the moon. Keep that experiment. And we'll run one of the goos. How about that? Observe mystery goo. The goo seems to be less dense here. All right. And we'll keep that experiment. We'll also do a crew report. I think we can do that. Yep. High-end space above the moon. Keep experiment. You got 300 subs, Sodium. That's awesome. Hopefully you guys all subscribe to me. That'd be kind of nice. Kittle Got Game needs to get to 1,000 faux show. And you know what? We'll also do an EVA report. I think I can do an EVA report. Yes. Now, I'm not going to let go because that would be bad, okay? I'm going to do EVA. Don't remove helmet either. That'd be bad. EVA report. I recorded my observations, and we're in space high above the moon. Keep experiment. And now I think I'm going to take the data out of the thermometer, and I'm going to take the data out of the barometer. And I'm also going to take the data out of the command pod, which was our crew report. So now my guy, Jebediah, is holding all the experiments. So when he boards back in, when he gets back in with B for board, they all get stored in the command pod, and we can now redo those experiments again. Awesome. We can't redo the science goo one, the space goo, because we need a scientist to reset that one. That's like a one-time experiment. That's why we stuck 4 of them on there. So that's how we did that. And I just hit something there. Okay. All right. What is going on there? Michael's going to vote to ban me from all his friends' pages. I don't know. I don't know. The goo being less dense. That's a... Yeah. Come on, Manda. This is not an 18 and over stream. Sorry. Come on now. Last month was the 20th anniversary of ISS. Oh, that's cool. Pressure data. Does it smell? Well, I'm not going to take off the helmet. Remove the helmet and get all the air. No. No. Okay, so what we're really going to do now is we're going to go back to map view. Because it's going to take us another hour and a half to get to the periapsis. But what we're going to do first is we're going to plan our orbit. So right at periapsis is where you want to do your burn. Add a maneuver. And we need to burn retrograde to go into orbit. And it doesn't take that much to get in orbit. Bam, right there. Only 79 meters a second squared to get into orbit. That's going to be a crazy, funky, huge orbit. So let's actually get a little more circular. We don't have to be perfectly circular. That'll get us up to 96 and then down to 20. Sure, that's good enough. We don't want to be perfect. All right, so that's going to be that. Our burn is in 1 hour, 20 minutes. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump ahead to about here, warp to here. You want to be careful when you put these when you do the warp, because if I accidentally click on one of the dotted lines or somewhere else, I could actually pass my past the spot I actually want to burn, which would be bad. Which would mean we would just undo, and what I should be doing is be doing quick saves just in case I totally mess up. And so I want to point this guy, SAS. How's my battery looking? Battery's fine. I guess we're back in the sun. Can we see the sun now? Yep, we're good. We're getting power. All right, so we want to point him retrograde, which is going to be close to our target. Proud of my sister, yeah, mostly. Just kidding, Amanda. Just see what happens when someone messes. Uh-oh. Funky orbit. Yeah, we could do some band names, right? All right, so we're going to burn in 2 minutes. The burn is going to be 17 seconds again. Everything I've read about this kind of stuff, you want to do about half the burn before the node and half after, so it averages that you are doing the burn right at the right spot. Something like that. I think that's kind of how it works. So let's go a little bit faster in time, speed up time till we're right there. Try not to miss our burn. There we go. We are locked on retrograde and ready to burn to get into our orbit. Here we go. So basically we're slowing down so we don't fly past the moon. Moon. And we're low enough now to where we should be in space close to the mun. So now we can quickly redo our experiments before we start going back up. So log our temperature. Space near the mun. Perfect. Keep that. Barometer. Log pressure. Read 0 as if we're in a vacuum. Imagine that. We'll run another goo container. The goo feels right at home here. Keep experiment. We'll do a crew report. And we're getting science for all this. We'll get the science once we get home, though. We're looking for a good landing spot. No, I don't know about that just yet. Let's do an EVA. Whoa, where'd it go? Come on. Don't want to let go. And this here, EVA report. EVA is just above the moon's midlands. So actually, this brings up a point. The moon, not only does it have, like, space near the moon, when you do EVA reports and other certain experiments, there's different biomes on the moon. I guess right now we're above the midlands. So we can actually do another EVA report if we're above another biome, and we get more science that way. So we're going to take all the data out of the vessel and then board. So now we got more and more science. More science. Dark side of the mun. Yeah, we could. Can't lose. We're not going to lose Jebediah. We're definitely not going to. We're not going to try to. All right, so now we are in close to the... Now, there are mods that you can get for this game that you can download and install on your save to where it'll always tell you, like, it'll have, like, right up here, it'll say, right now you're above the Midlands, or right now you're above the Highlands, and it's kind of cheating, you know? Kinda. So we don't have that mod. Well, we don't have any mods on right now, but it would be handy because, like, right now we just did that above the Midlands. Right now we might be above some other biome. I don't know. Let's go to map view. Does it look like we are? I don't know. Let's look at our whole orbit. Like right here, if we do a EVA right when we're over here, we might be above that crater. I know that's a separate biome. Over here, looks like there's another big crater on the dark side. That might be another biome. So we can keep getting separate science. Over here, it looks like we're going to go just above that crater, like too high. But we can adjust our orbit if we wanted to keep getting more and more EVA reports, which gives us more and more science, which is always a good thing. How come you don't see Lady Kid Nichols? Are you on live chat? Or did you block her somehow? I don't know. Or did she block you? JW needs to start working on that crown. This game's too tough to stop. I know, I was going to apologize to you because, yeah, you get hooked on it pretty good. I know I did. Okay, so what we're going to do we want to keep doing EVA reports to try to get, like, squeak out a little bit more science here and there? I mean, I guess we'll try, but I don't think we're going to make a big deal out of it. So what we're going to try to do, I think, is we still got a ton of fuel left. I think we're going to try to go to Minmus. Let's see what we got. World's first milestone. We performed the first spacewalk in orbit of the Mun. Perfect. Let's trash that notice, because I read that already. Wait, what were our contracts? Transmit or recover scientific data from around the Mun. So we haven't beat that contract yet because we haven't returned the data, but we'll get that when we get home. That's fine. And speaking of home and contracts, let's go back to the Kerbal Space Center for a second. Right now, we're just cruising in orbit. We'd stay here forever if we... Actually, you know what? Let's just go EVA one more time just to see if we're in another biome. See if we're still above Midlands. EVA report? Just above the moon's Midlands. Okay. We'll just reset that and board, because we've already done that experiment. I was just seeing, like, maybe we're above the Highlands now, or maybe Lowlands, or maybe something else, who knows. But we're going to go back to the Space Center. Our guy's still going, he's still cruising. Don't worry about him. We can go back and fix that. Not in a hurry to get another game. I know, JW, that's the thing. Exactly. But the reason we're doing this is now we're going back to mission control. Maybe there's actually a contract for Minmus or the Mun, and there's not. There's not. Nothing new, at least. Oh, contact observational studies of the Mun. Crew reports in spaceflight. Oh, these are like specific distances above specific spots of the moon. That's really hard to do. It would pay us $166,000. We're never going to do that one, though. So, and I think by deleting some of the stuff we know we're not going to do, it brings us contracts we might actually do. So this guy, that's all stuff around the moon. Here's a duplicate contract of a bunch of stuff around the moon. I mean, I don't think we're going to do these. I don't think we're going to do these. VIP to his destination. Let's just get rid of some of these. Yeah, let's just get rid of a few of those. Okay, here's a good one. Yeah, but that's what we got to do. We got to keep getting rid of some of these we know we're not going to do. So here's a couple of satellites that we can do. This is going to be something we're going to do next, I think. Position a satellite around Kerbin, and position a satellite around the Mun. Those are good contracts. Because not only can we get the money and stuff for those contracts, we can also put, what do you call it? Antennas and transmitters, relay antennas on them, and help us build our network so we can talk to our spacecraft some more. So let's look at this one. Satellite around the Mun. Ooh, it's a weird inclination, 180, so it's going to be going backwards around the moon, I believe is how that works. Or maybe that's a polar orbit. Not sure. We need to have an unmanned probe that has an antenna and can generate power. That's easy. equatorial orbit, but I think it's going backwards around the planet. We need to have mystery goo on it. I think we can do all that, so we'll accept that contract. We'll do that sometime. Satellite around Kerbin. That's a high orbit, 4 million meters. We can do that. Antenna can generate power. Orbit around Kerbin, sure, and maintain stability. Yes, we'll do that eventually. And rescue mission, we'll leave that alone. 3 tourists at our destination. Let's get rid of that one too. Plant a flag on the Mun. Yeah, we're going to take that one because we're eventually going to do that. Boom. And I'm just taking some of the contracts and deleting some of them so other stuff pops up. And maybe I'm hoping there's something right now that says science around the Mun or science around Minmus, because that would be nice to have right now because we're on that mission right now. What do we got? So many different tourist missions. Let's delete one more of these. Satellite on an equatorial orbit. That's another satellite. This one has to have Science Junior, a lot of requirements. This is... Let's get rid of this one. Rescue somebody from the orbit of the moon. Okay, all right, we've played around with that enough. Now let's go back to our craft, and let's go to Minmus, or let's try to. So we'll go back to Red Rocket 1. And now, actually, you can see, our orbit is this green orbit right here. Hold on, let me catch up with Chad a little bit. What are we doing here? Nicole on YouTube? Who is that? I don't know who you people are. You keep changing your names. Hi there, Nicole. How are you doing? Research time, maybe. Gonna apply for the Space Force. You know, that brings up a good point, Alfred. I can change the flag in this. Maybe I should just put U.S. Space Force as my flag. Maybe. I don't know. So that's our orbit, the green one. This red one is the contract we just accepted. So this orbit line right here is on my map now because that's where I need to put that satellite. So it tells me exactly where it's going to go. And you see we're orbiting this way around the moon. This one's going the other way, so it's an opposite orbit. This blue line is another contract that we could take if we wanted to put another satellite. So it's kind of cool that they put these on there like that. But let's go fly our craft again. Mikey had homemade meat sauce and rigatonis for dinner. That's very good, Mikey. You know what? That reminds me. In my freezer, as we speak, Mikey, I got some 5 cheese tortellinis from Costco. Those would be pretty damn good. Anywho, those are ready to rock. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? First, we got to get out of... well, let's just check. We've been floating around here. Let's go EVA. Maybe we're not above the Midlands anymore. EVA report? Still above the Midlands, so I guess we'll keep it and... Bored, huh? Cannot store... Oh, yeah, because we had duplicate experiments. Okay. Board anyway. We got it. Yeah, I forgot to reset that one. No problem. Current bitrate is low. Too bad, says YouTube. Okay. But I see no frames dropped. I hope that's okay. I hope that's okay. Gringo's going to BBL. Perfect. Or is that BBI? I don't know. BBL maybe? Okay. Probably not BBI. So we got to plan our next maneuver. What are we going to do? That's not the right button. We got to go to map view. Now we got this crazy orbit for that contract we took on. Because really, right now, if we wanted to get a little... I mean, we probably got enough Delta V or enough fuel in our rocket. Instead of building a separate probe out here to fulfill this mission, we could just change our orbit to flip around the other way. It would take a lot of power. Go out to this orbit, and I think we have everything on this craft. We could just get that contract done right now. So it says we have an antenna. We can generate power. We have mystery goo. All we would have to do is move our craft right now to this orbit, stop for 10 seconds, and we get all that contract done. I'm not going to do that, though. I'm going to save... we're going to send a separate satellite out there because I want to have a satellite in orbit with a relay antenna just in case we land on the dark side of the Mun sometime or we go back behind there with a probe. So we might have a satellite that can bounce the communication around. Ideally, you want to have several satellites around so it makes like a network. We don't have that. let's just go over here somewhere. I don't know where to do this because I'm not, I don't know all my like orbits and space stuff. But we're going to go here, and I'm just going to try to get out of the moon's gravity by doing a burn right over here. That gets us out. And what did that do? This makes us escape. All right, that was too much. What are we doing here? So if we do this, we're going to escape and we'll be in an orbit around Kerbin. I think that's what we want to do. We don't want to spend a lot of fuel doing it, and we'll do a separate burn to get the Minmus. We probably can like play around with how we do this and move around a whole bunch. Actually, wow, this actually slingshots us around that way. What? Oh no, cancel. I screwed that up. I think if we burn over here, actually, it looks like add a maneuver, burn. It slingshots us out further, perhaps. Nope. So once we put our burn, so right now this is just a 200-second burn prograde. At this point of the orbit, we can grab the center of this maneuver node maker and move it around, and it basically changes the spot that we do that burn, and different stuff happens. If we go way back here and like do it like right where we're at, we end up in an orbit that goes way out past Minmus, which maybe that's what we want to do. Our inclination's off a little bit, but it basically, I don't know what's going on, but it kicks us out. Kicks us way out there with less power is what it does. Actually, if we do it back here, we could even do it with less power. So yeah, we could tweak this and get it perfect and the most efficient way to do stuff. I don't know. We could really play with this. We don't need to. But remember, a little bit of burning right here is better than a lot of burning for the same. Let's just do this burn. It's going to be in 49 minutes, a 12-second burn. Did I hear contract? Go for potatoes. No? Is that right? Geometry homework hurt your brain. Hey, that's the thing, Lima. Once you know how to do it, then that's it, right? Okay, so we're just going to do that burn. It's in 49 minutes. Let's warp a 50 times speed till we get there. You know what? Wait, whoa. Are we high above the moon now? We probably should have been stopping a few times, going EVA, doing an EVA report. Now we're high above the moon again, so we blew it. You can only do the different biome EVAs for the different flying above the biomes when you're close enough. So this is too high above the moon, reset, and we'll board. Now I could have let go and flew around, but I don't really know how to use my jetpack, so we probably would have been lost and never been able to come back to our spacecraft if I kept that up, so. Right now we got no data connection because we're on the far side of the moon. Let's speed up a little bit, 50 times again, till we get... So we're going to the high point of our orbit, and then we're going to start coming back down. Maybe when we come back down, now we got a connection to Kerbin again. 33 more minutes until our burn. We're just speeding up time. Fun stuff. 18 minutes. 15 minutes. Okay, let's stop again because we're down at 25,000. Let's go EVA. EVA report. Still above the Midlands. I think that's just bad luck, I think, because I've done this before and it seems like we usually get several biomes in an orbit. Now again, I'm orbiting pretty high above the surface on the other side, so we probably would be fine if let's go SAS, we'll point prograde because I think that's kind of how we're going to burn in that direction when we get there. We'll try again in just a little bit to see if we get another spot. Let's speed up a little bit more. Let's try right here, I guess, right? Let's go EVA. EVA report. Oh, now we're above the Highlands. Perfect. Keep experiment. and we'll board. Boom. Now we just got another 24 science for being above the highlands and doing an EVA report. Awesome. Awesome. Now, again, it's way more convenient to do that if you're really trying to maximize all the science in this game. If you have one of the mods that basically somewhere on the screen, it'll just show you constantly that you're above highlands, above midlands, above the crater, above the lowlands, above whatever. You know, I think there's like 10 or 11 different biomes on the moon in this game. So there's all kinds of crazy stuff. Holy God, long time to build a space station. Oh, dude, I mean, especially if you're doing it the right way, Nate, like they really do the space station, like launch different parts at different times, and then you got to dock each part. And just to build it, though, to build the different the pieces with the right docking ports and all the right thrusters. And no, I mean, you can watch some videos on that stuff. It gets crazy. Why does it keep turning that off? I don't know. Got plenty of electric. We got 1,956 meters a second squared in fuel. Let's go 10 times speed until we get close to, let's go 50 times. We'll stop it right at about time. Right till we get to our burn spot, right about, we'll stop it within a minute. There we go. Whoa, 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 we went too far. We went too far. Let's hurry up and do this. And we're burning now. We're burning, we're burning. We were a little bit past our spot. But that's okay, we're close enough. There we go. That should be close enough. And let's go back here. Now that's our new orbit right there. I think let's burn a little bit more so our orbit kicks out beyond Minmus's orbit. So let's go. Whoa! Whoa, whoa, whoa. That was way too far. That was a... I just did a very little burn, and look at how much it kicked us out. That's crazy. Again, a little tiny burn now does a lot. So I just pointed retrograde. We're going to go back the other direction and slow us back down to bring this down a little bit, because we don't want to kick out that far. And I'm only going to do a little tiny bit of burning. So there we go. That's good. I wanted to go a little bit past. All right. Now let's get out of the moon's sphere of influence here. Let's go warp to here. Put your dude back in Red Rocket. Yeah, exactly, right? Oh, you're going to New Jersey. You're going to go to coin store, see if you can buy more foreign silver and ancient coins. Okay. You see foreign, you buy right away. The next person can... Well, hopefully you like what you got from me, Mikey, because you got some cool stuff. I know that. Guessing it's for when you can fly a plane off to get there. I don't know. Yeah, gonna land in... I'm not gonna land. I didn't set this up to be a lander, and I just want to. I mean, I will do a landing. We'll probably do a landing there before we do landing on the moon, because Minmus has such lower gravity, and it's just easy. It's just easy. So we want to speed up time a little bit to get to this spot here. So we escape the moon. But yeah, I didn't set this up to be a lander. I probably could land on it. Probably could. I don't think it'd be that hard. Okay, so now we are in orbit around Kerbin, a huge, way far away orbit. So let's stop this. Now we got to figure out how to get to Minmus, and if we can get. So we're going to set Minmus as the target. Brings up a whole bunch of crazy crap on our map. And actually, this is lining up pretty good, because here. So first of all, you see our inclinations off. We're this blue line. Minmus is this, I don't know. I don't know yellow versus green. I think it's green. Maybe it's yellow. Yellow-green line. Greenish-yellow line. It's on like a 5-degree tilt or so from the moon and Earth there, Kerbin. So we need, and it actually shows us right here, the ascending node 5.8 degrees, descending node minus 5.8. We're 5.8 degrees off of that orbit. Now, we don't need to change our plane. We could just get lucky and hit right where it crosses. But if we end up here, then anyway, it's better to get an encounter if we match that plane. But right here, if we just stay as is, it looks like we're going to be within 15,000 kilometers of approaching anyway, which is kind of wild. So we're getting kind of lucky with the line up there. Whoop. me look at my chat here, though, because I know you guys are talking about all kinds of crazy stuff. Bought a 20 Panama Balboa. Yeah, those huge silver coins. Those are awesome. I know Don likes those. Don has a 105-ounce foreign deal coming through on Wednesday. Oh, boy. I might have to get some of that, Don, so I can plan the next 10 world coin streams. Only if it's a really good mix like I get. I don't want... Now, the average, just so you guys all know, and Don will be able to say this too, the average group of foreign silver, like if you just call up your coin shop and say, hey, I want a bunch of random foreign silver, if you do that, you're going to get tons of Canadian stuff, tons of Mexican stuff, and probably maybe some British stuff, and you're going to get a lot of the common silver that's, I don't know, that nobody cares about as much. You might get a lot of Australian. Australian's cool, but you're going to get lots of Mexican and lots of Canadian on average. Now, that might be good for you. Maybe you like that. But the lots I get from the dealer I've been buying from that's been helping me get the World Silver streams going, I tell him specifically, I don't want very much Canadian. I don't want very much Mexican. I'll have a few cool pieces if they're in there, but I don't want very much of that. And I'll pay you extra to get rid of that crap for me. And I have to pay him quite a bit extra to get rid of that crap for us. Because our stream would be very boring if all we had was a bag full of 10% Mexican silver from the 60s and 50s. Yep, Don says mostly Canada and Mexico is what he's getting, so very cool. Oh, very cool, Aaron. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, Mikey, I sent you some. I sent you. I think I sent you another Vietnamese dong. I don't know. I sent so many packages out in the last few days, or last week and a half, I guess is what it really is, that I can't hardly remember what I sent to who and why and when. And okay, so right now we've went past the periapsis. Let's just play around a little bit. Now, the optimal point to do an inclination change, like if we wanted to make, this is the right way you're supposed to do this. Okay, if we really want to make sure we get a good encounter with Minmus, first we want to change the tilt of our orbit to match that tilt, and then we can move our periapsis up to match and try to get a good encounter. And first, if we want to change our inclination, we could do it either at the ascending node or the descending node. Those are the optimal points to do it. Ascending node, basically we point our, I believe we point our spacecraft straight up and then burn, and then that changes the tilt of our orbit. No, actually we would have to point it down in this case, I think. Well, am I doing that right? Maybe down, because then that would make our orbit go down to match that orbit, and then opposite at the descending node. Anyway, that is how that works. Oh, that's what most stores do. So it's supposed to be a good mix with a whole handful of large crown size. Okay, Don. Very cool. Because if you know what, right now I got 4 kilos, 4 bags of 1,000 grams ready to go. I kind of want to get a few more banked up, because if I can get like at least 6, 8, 10 of them on the sidelines ready to go, then I'll be good at, I mean, right now I got 4. I could probably do it anyway. I just kind of maybe want to do like a monthly thing, like once a month, we're going through a kilo of silver. I might not do it all in one day. I might just break it into 2 days, or I was talking to someone else. It might be a good idea. Like, they usually take me to go through the bag, if you look at the last couple months, anywhere from 6 to 10 hours to go through it all the way we do it. Maybe we'll just do 4 streams, 2 hours each, go through some coins, because that would be a lot more manageable for most people, I think. And then I won't ship anything until the end of all 4 streams. We'll break it into 4 equal streams. We'll go through a quarter of the bag each time. If you're there that day, great. If you miss a day, well, then you're not going to miss the whole bag. So, but, you know, maybe that'll get me 4 streams a month of World Silver, and then we'll ship at the end of the month when we're done with the whole bag. And then the beginning of the next month, we'll start a new bag. Stream for a couple hours, go through some, wait a few days, stream for a more... The thing holding me back from committing to do that is I'd like to do that on a weekend. It's easy to set that up right now because of China virus, but once I start going back to coin shows, I don't know if I'm going to be able to stream on Saturdays to keep that up. So, but I might just have to pick different days. So what I'm doing here is I'm just setting up a maneuver a little bit ahead of us. Hold on. Or is that behind us? Which way am I going? Hold on. Oh, I'm going this way. That's why I had the ascending, descending backwards. We're going the wrong way here. So let's... This is in... No, wait. 30 days? No, we are going this way. Oh, yeah. I'm just reading the time wrong. T-minus. So I'm going to set up a maneuver in 23 minutes. We're just testing this to see what we have to do to get these 2 points closer to where we get an encounter with Minmus. Do we burn faster? No. That moves our thing apart. Do we burn slower? Not really. That's not helping us. That's not really helping us at all. So let's get that back to where it was, about 0. I think what we're going to have to do, though, is burn normal, which tilts our orbit. No, that's not helping. Anti-normal, maybe? No. Radial? Radial. This way? This is actually... So let's see. Can I force an encounter with Minmus? Yep, there we go. That's like a cheap, easy way to do it. You just keep playing with the 6 different directions until the 2 spots get closer. And if we go over here and look now, actually we can focus on Minmus. Nope. Nope, I'm clicking maneuver. Dang it. It's hard to click focus on. There's like, you can't zoom out enough when you're focused on something else and you got so much other stuff going on. Focus view, yes, there we go. Now if we zoom in on Minmus, if we do this burn for 120 meters, we'll end up here, coming in almost 1.5 kilometers away. So let's see, can we get closer than that? That gets us 1, 2. Can we go this way? Nope. This way. That's how we get closer, right there. Now we're going to be coming in pretty high over the planet. I don't care. This is just going to be a first trip to Minmus, basically. We'll try to flatten us out a little bit. That was wrong. Yeah, you just keep playing around with it. That's all you guys got to do. Just got to play around. Let's go about right there. It'll get us just under 100,000. It's going to cost 131. We got 1,700 in the tank. Piece of cake. Let's go back to Red Rocket 1 and get ready for our burn in 21 minutes. No, that's not what I'm getting. That's what most stores will sell you. Your favorite foreign that you got in the auction is a 1778 with the Hulk. Mike, have you got those yet, or are you still waiting for them? I don't remember when I sent yours. Picked up a 1795. Oh, those big copper 5 kopecks are awesome, Aaron. And you know what? When you hold them, especially the circulated ones, they start getting a little corroded. They almost feel like they're falling apart as you touch them, because you'll hold them in your hand and then you'll have like red copper dust on your fingers after touching them, and it just feels like they're falling apart and turning to dust in your hand sometimes. At least the ones I've had. Go to the Long Beach show for a Michael Kittle face. I mean, we could do that. We could just do live from the show. Missed out the last show and was bummed about it. Yeah. Hoping they release the vaccine, be able to go to... Well, yeah, Mikey, I mean, imagine that. I mean, we don't get political in the chats ever. You guys know the rules here, but isn't it just very great? It's great for all of America, and just what a coincidence that, maybe not a coincidence, though, that, wow, the first Monday after the election, they come out with an announcement that there's a 90% successful vaccine pretty much ready to go. Isn't that just, what a coincidence? It's almost as if that was a little bit of a setup, huh? I don't know. We don't get political, though, of course. Of course. So what we're going to do is in 19 minutes, we'll turn on our stability. I mean, great. I hope the vaccine works. Hope it gets out to everybody. But it's like, did the company really just figure out that the vaccine was 90% ready to go this morning? Or did they know about it a week ago, or 2 weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago, and then just held certain information for timing? I don't know. I'm a little skeptical, I guess. So maybe. Oh, you did get them, Mikey. Great. Hopefully you like what you got. Awesome. They did say that Nate. They did say that they had some things, but they didn't come out with the announcement they came out with today that made the stock market go up almost 2,000 points in early trading. And to make gold go down $100 an ounce. They didn't come out with that same announcement, I'll tell you that. All right, so we need to go 18 minutes from now. Let's fast forward a little bit to get to our burn spot. I'm going to try to do this flyby of Minmus. 10 minutes. It's only a 9-second burn. So by playing around with the maneuver nodes like we just did, you can usually force an encounter without doing it, like changing your orbital plane and doing all that crazy. You can usually just find a spot where you can force it a lot cheaper than if you would do all the, you know, correct ways to get there. Said Russia's got a cure for it too. Yeah, I mean, everybody's working on it for sure, and they have been for a while. And, you know, even though all the countries and different places have been working on it, there's never been any guarantee that they'll ever cure it. But, I mean, hopefully they do. So, all right, we're aimed right at our target. 30 seconds away from our burn. Everything looks good. Did we do all of our science, I think, that we were supposed to do? I hope we did all of it. Okay. Anyway, sometimes I forget to do certain science and everything. Yeah, Mikey, hopefully everything... You did like the foreign, most of them you didn't have in your collection. Till now, the $67.50 better. Oh yeah, that's $67.50 with the wolf on it. That thing was just rocking, Mikey. Oh shoot, we forgot our burn. Let's burn. We almost missed our timing. Okay, I'm gonna stop the burn. We're getting really close to where we need to be. Let's target again, and I'm just gonna go a lot slower so we don't, because we want to be really precise with this burn if we can. Because remember, a little tiny bit of difference moves you a lot when you get all the way out to Minmus. So a little bit of precision here goes a long way. So we're just going real slow. We're gonna kill it right there. 0.0, almost a perfect burn. Let's go look at the map and see how perfect we were. We're gonna come in 82,000 meters above the planet. Let's just burn a little tiny bit and see if that gets us closer. Whoa. Okay, that got us 51. We don't want to burn too much more than that. And what happened there? I just saw a whole bunch of crazy stuff happen. It looks like it's just going to throw us way out into a huge... If we stay on this path, it's going to fling us almost in the interplanetary space. Just because we're getting so close. Basically what this is doing is if we wanted to like try to go to Mars or something in this game, which is Duna, we should be doing stuff like this. We just do a really close flyby, and it basically does a gravity assist and just flings you away. Because right now we're on this yellow orbit, or green, whatever you're looking at. If by just doing this flyby, when we leave, then it turns us into this purple orbit. It just really kicks us out way far. So right now the maximum away from our home planet we get is... What is it? I can't even tell where it's at. I don't know, somewhere around, 32 million meters away. If we could just do this flyby, then it kicks us out to 276 million meters. Craziness if we just stay on path right now. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to our craft, thrust limit back down to 2.5% or so, go back to the map, and now we're just going to do some really fine adjustments. I want to come in close here. And let's go... Shoot. I think we're just going to stay kind of aimed where we're aiming and just see what happens. Yeah, it's coming in closer. Let's go for like 20,000 meters or so. Right there, 20,003 meters, almost perfect. Now we're coming in really at a weird angle, but that's going to be okay. That's going to be okay. I'm okay with that. And now it's just a matter of a hurry up and waiting again. Hurry up and waiting again. Someone that thinks their VIP is married. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't been paying attention to all of it though. I don't know. I just got enough people that put enough stuff on Facebook that I kind of glance at, and it's almost like everybody knew that like within a week after the election we'd get some major news. You know, that's what a lot of people have been thinking for a while. So, but that's okay. I mean, I guess that's good too. Whatever. Coin store in Florida has a few large bags of Canadian. Look, like yeah, if you guys ever want to see like a Canadian silver stream or a Mexican silver stream, especially Mexican silver, I'm sure, Don, if you're still listening, you could hook me up with bags and bags and bags and bags of Mexican silver in particular. We could do those streams all day long, but Not sure that many people want to see that. So now we're going to tab back to our craft. Again, I don't know how to do that, so I just cycle through everything until I get to my craft. So here is our path. We're going way out to Minmus. We'll be there in 6 days, 5 hours. Let's warp till we're almost there. 10,000 times speed warp. Is Minmus a moon? Yes, it is. Kerbin has 2 moons, Mun and Minmus. Mun and Minmus. Minmus is a smaller moon with much less gravity, and it's really cool. You'll see when we get close to it, Lima. It has like oceans, like ice oceans that like are super flat and very easy to land on. And because it's less gravity, it's a much easier to land on without destroying your lander. So even though the Mun, right, here's Kerbin in the middle, here's Mun's orbit, and then here's Minmus way far away, and then we go way out, and then you can see other planets. But even though Minmus is a lot further away, almost any tutorial you read about this game tells you should try to land on Minmus before you try to land on the Mun, because it's so much easier. We'll go a little bit closer here. Warp to there. Mikey would like to see Canadian... Well, yeah, see is one thing. I'm sure a lot of you guys would like to see me go through a bunch of Canadian and Mexican silver. But would anybody want to buy a bunch of Canadian and Mexican silver from me? The answer to that is almost certainly not many. Not as many people would. So they want to see all the other cool stuff that we get in the world silver streams that I do, for sure. But as far as, we're just speeding up time again to get into this encounter. So then we get into the Minmus's sphere of influence and be under Minmus's gravity for a little bit. It'll slow us down. Now we're in Minmus's area. There's Minmus we're going to. Now we're going to switch back to our other view. Oh, we didn't remember to do this. Thrust limiter back up to max. Almost missed that. Where's Minmus? There's Minmus. We're getting close to it. Let's go look prograde for a little bit. Point right to it. We do got a world's first milestone. We have initiated the first flyby of Minmus. Yay. Now, before we do any science, what are we going to do? Let's hit escape and save game is what we're going to do. Save. And you know what we're going to do? Yeah, we'll just save. I just want to save just in case something goes wrong and then we can come back to this point. I'm going to go back to the Space Center real quick and see if there's any contracts about Minmus. Yeah, Mikey, it's one thing if you want to buy a couple of the cheap ones or a couple of the really cool ones like most would want to do. I understand people would do that. But remember, if I get a whole bag of the stuff, dang it, I don't want to bring up the time on my computer. There we go. I want to get rid of that message. If I end up like with, let's say, a kilo of Mexican silver, I need to sell that whole kilo. I don't want to be stuck with it. So gather scientific data from the moon. Walk on the surface of the moon. We will do that eventually. Probably should take that. This is the satellite in equatorial orbit of the Mun. I think maybe we'll do that. We already got the other opposite of equatorial satellite. Whatever that is. One that goes 108. Let's see, let's just confirm that's what we got. Position satellite in an equatorial orbit. But that one's going 180 degree inclination, so we already got this one. That's at 250,000 meters above. Let's see what that other one is. Equatorial. This would be the better one to do, but we're going to cancel it since we're already basically doing the same thing. Position a satellite in the polar orbit. Now that's something I would like to do, perhaps. That wants a Science Junior on it, though. I don't like that. I don't like that. Position in equatorial orbit of Kerbin. That's kind of cool, but with a Science Junior, I was just hoping there was going to be something here that we could do at Minmus, and I think it's screwing us over and not letting us do anything at Minmus. So. Had to check. Let's go back to Red Rocket 1 on an escape trajectory out of Minmus. We need to fix that. because we don't want to escape out of Minmus. We want to circularize our orbit and go to orbit. But before we do that, we got lots of science we can do. We got a goo container here. High space above Minmus, the goo feels right at home here. That's 25 science if we recover that. We'll take our temperature reading. Overwrite. Ooh, I didn't pull this. Let's screw that up. We'll do crew report. No, cancel. Must not have taken the science out of there. So crew report. Yes, keep that experiment. Let's do an EVA, pull those experiments. I guess we'll do the EVA report. High above Minmus. Take data. And then take data out of this. And then take the data out of the pod. Then board. Now we can take the temperature. Measuring temperature of space appears to be quite impossible. There's no matter around to be hot or cold except the spacecraft and the thermometer itself. Cool. Let's see the pressure. Instrument reads 0 as if we're in a vacuum, but I get 30 science for doing that. That's awesome science. Now I will EVA again. Take those experiments out of each of those units, and then board. Perfect. Now those experiments are ready to go. Once we get close, you can see the moon way out here. You can see Kerbal, our planet, way in the distance. And we are rapidly approaching Minmus. Speaking of rapidly approaching Minmus, do you do any of the contracts where you get money or science from comparing things? It's not in the contract page, one of the others. Comparing things. I don't know what you mean, Nate. I don't know. Maybe I haven't done that. I mean, I know there's a whole bunch of things like to do science at certain points, certain altitudes over certain areas and stuff like that. I don't like to do those. So we're going to add a maneuver right here at the periapsis of Minmus. We're going to burn retrograde pretty hard. So we go into an orbit. Shouldn't take a ton of power, actually, because we're pretty far away from our home, and that puts us in the orbit. Let's go a nice tight orbit, because we got tons of power. Where does that get us? 44,000? Let's go even closer. Let's have some fun with it. Yeah, I think that's going to be good right there. Perfect. What do I think about doing a PCGS set of silver Roosevelt dimes? I would probably not do that, Lima. Probably wouldn't. Here's the deal. You can collect a nice set of uncirculated Roosevelt dimes, and you can go buy those from most coin dealers for less than $10 a coin for gem uncirculated Roosevelt dimes in 2x2s or in flips. Some of them you can probably get for less than $5, right? I mean, you can get pretty much any of the Roosevelt dimes in the 60s for melt almost in BU condition. Now, if you want nice toners, you might have to pay a little bit of a premium, but you're not going to spend more than 10, 15, 20 bucks tops for pretty much any date. And they'll look nice and they'll be beautiful. But once you start getting slabbed coins, you're going to be paying $30, $40, $50, $60, $100 a coin for the same exact thing just because they're in holders. And unless you're getting great, even if you're getting all MS66s, those are really not high grades for Roosevelt dime. I mean, they're high grades, but there are 67s and 67 pluses that are the ones that the top collectors and I wouldn't say top collectors, let's just say the rich collectors would be getting. And long story short, you'll be spending a lot of money on plastic. You'll be spending a lot of money on the plastic. Completing things like you got so much fame for each science point earned. I think so. Yeah, that's just the different milestones. Like I just got milestone first time we it does it automatically. Like first time we encountered Minmus, and I think once we do this orbit, which we'll do this just to see. Let's go back to map. Let's warp to right about there. Warp here. We'll circularize our orbit, and then we're going to Minmus right now. Hi Toys, we're right there, dude. We're right there. Now we'll go back to the map view. This is Minmus right here, bro. We're 3 minutes away from a burn, actually. I think, is this close enough? Let's do crew report. We're still high above Minmus, so we're going to reset that. 30,000 is still high. I think we got to get closer. I don't know the different points we got to get. But let's get closer to this burn. Let's do a little bit of speed. I think that the camera just rotating weird like that means we're in space near Minmus now. Let's check that. Crew report. In space near Minmus, yep. So we'll take that experiment. We'll check this other goo. That's 40 science there. We'll take the temperature. I probably should be doing this after the burn, but I'm not. Near Minmus. Log pressure data. Keep experiment. Go EVA. EVA report. We're above Minmus's highlands, so we'll keep that. We'll take all the experiments. We'll take out of our thermometer, just in case we find somewhere else to use that later, which I don't know if we will. We'll take that data, and now we'll board. Perfect. Got lots and lots of science on there. We're pointing retrograde. We're going to burn in a minute 20. Do I have any cameras on board? Yeah, there's a camera pointing right at our pilot down in the lower right. Faux show. Kittle always roasts me when I ask a question. Lima, I'm just not going to BS you. I could say, yeah, Lima, that's a great idea. You should totally do that. Be happy. You collect what you want. And go spend all your money. It's your money. You do what you want with it. But you know what? If you're asking me, I'll tell you what I would do. And I think it's a lot of money to spend on plastic. Like, for example, unless it's a monster toner that you're going to be spending $100 or $200 on coins anyway, per coin, you don't need them in PCGS plastic, really. And when you're spending to have like a 64D or a 63D or just really common dates. And again, all of the Roosevelt dimes are relatively common dates. There are no rare ones. You're just going to spend a lot of money on a lot of plastic. All right, it's about time to burn, actually. Got an 8-second burn coming out in 12 seconds. We got our thrust at 100%. We are pointing retrograde, I hope. Let's make sure. Now we're pointing retrograde. Coming in a little hot. Oh, we just missed our node. Let's burn. It'll be close enough, I hope. We already did our EVA at the Highlands. Let's just check to make sure we're not going to crash into the planet now. Periapsis is 16,000, apoapsis 23. Perfect. Now, Nate, is this what you're talking about? Right here, we just got to notice world's first milestones. If we click on that, recent accomplishment of our space program attracted contributions from numerous organizations. We have entered orbit of Minmus. We got $27,000, 2 science points, and 4 reputation points. We didn't take that contract. It just automatically gives it to us because it's the first time we orbited Minmus. Never sugar-coated anything except the French toast. You know, honestly, Mike's never sugar-coated anything in life. I do like powdered sugar on brownies, too. Not going to lie to you. Especially like the ones my mama makes. She makes brownies with caramel in them sometimes. When we're not bad. If we're bad, she won't make them. But if me and Amanda have been good, she'll make the caramel brownies. They're diggity dog dank, and then we put powdered sugar on the top of them. Or if I'm in New Orleans and I go to Café Du Monde, everyone needs to get powdered sugar on their beignets. So other than that, I don't sugarcoat it. I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you, Lima. So, but then again, remember, Lima, what I always preach to everyone about coins. It's your collection, dude. It's your collection. Do what you want. Do what you want. Don't do what I tell you to do. Don't do what the books tell you to do. Don't collect the coins the album tells you to collect. It's your collection. Collect what you want to do and what makes you happy and what you think is the best to do with your budget for coins. So, how about that? All right, so now we are here close to Minmus. Let's go EVA again. Maybe we're not above the Highlands anymore. EVA report. We're above the Midlands. Great. 32 more science. Keep that experiment. Board. And maybe we can get above the lowlands before we get out of here. Let's go look at our map again to see what our orbit's looking like. We're going to go right around these mountains. Looks like right over here, maybe briefly. See, they got these nice little, like, flat areas. And a big one. Oh, yeah, we'll wait till we're over here. You know, we're just going to warp to this area. This is, like, the perfect spots to land. These really big, flat areas. It's, like, perfect flat. And it's like a frozen ocean is what it is. What's the funniest prank I've done to Mike? I don't know. She's done a whole bunch of stupid stuff. First time you try to make brownies that have powdered sugar and you accidentally use flour. Oh, no. Hey, JW, how about this? How about one time our dad cooked brownies for us and forgot to put eggs in the batter. And they were hard as rocks when they came out of the oven. That was not good. It was like brownies that were hard as rocks. Very fun. Make a compromise. Try 67 or higher in monster tone. Lima, if that's the goal. Now, I was just assuming you were going to buy things like 65s and 66s. Now, if you're buying ones that have tons of great toning, and you're paying the premium that they deserve, then maybe you're not. Maybe it's not a bad idea, and maybe I was just assuming a little wrong there. But if you're, I mean, again, because if you're paying a premium for them at the time now, chances are if you go to sell them down the road, somebody else will pay premiums too. All right, we're going to skip over here to this point of our orbit. Let's go right about here. Warp to here. I'm going to come around and we'll do another EVA report above that flat spot. The pennies on the fan. Yeah, Amanda likes that prank. What she did is I had a ceiling fan in my bedroom. She didn't just put pennies on my fan. She took basically all the change I had out of my own piggy bank and put them on the tops of my ceiling fan blades. So when I come home and turn on my ceiling fan, coins go flying all over my room. So, how you like them apples? Bruh. Yeah, hi, Toy. What are you talking about? I'm not going to land on Minmus right now. I mean, I probably can. No, this was just a mission to go out to the moon. I had enough Delta V to go to Minmus as well, just to do some flybys, collect a little bit of science, come home to where I can unlock some more points, and I'll set up. I'll build proper landers when the time comes. Now, I thought I was going to be right above the flat spot, but remember, it took me like a half hour to go around. The planet's also rotating, so it didn't get me in the right spot. So let's just keep going around until I think I'm in the right spot. Let's just test this right there. I might be above the right spot there to do this. Zoom in a little bit. We'll go EVA. EVA report. Above Minmus's greater flats, 32 science. Keep experiment and board. So we just got 3 good EVA reports. We're above the flats. Now we got Midlands, Highlands, and the flats. I'm assuming there's a lowlands as well. So maybe we can get lucky and find lowlands. You got an 11-9 order confirmed. Nice, JW. I know Gringo's looking for one if you want to get rid of one real cheap. Yeah, you put a lot of stuff on my ceiling. Did anything break? I don't think so. Because remember, when they come flying off the fan, it's only fast enough to fly off the blade. It's not like they stay on there till they're full speed. But it was a lot of change, yeah. And then, of course, my own money flies all over the place, every direction in my room. I probably never even found it all. Hi Toy Plays, I have no idea what that is. So if you want to use English, please, we can have a conversation. Appreciate it. Gonna wait until Kittle's last say. What do you mean my last say? What are you talking about? Didn't bid on any of them that didn't have good toning. Had blues and purples, lots of... Lima, remember... Collect what you like. If you think they're worth a premium and you're not paying Here's my other part of advice. If you're ever in doubt about if you're paying too much, buy coins at auction, okay? If you're buying in an eBay auction, a Great Collections auction, Stax Bowers, Heritage, wherever you're buying in auction, you can be pretty confident you're not paying too much. Because if you pay whatever your bid is, even if you're being dumb and you messed up and you're overpaying, you can be assured that there was at least one other person that was almost willing to pay as much as you. Now, if you don't know for sure that you're collecting something fine or that you're paying fair prices, greater flats, no, we want to reset. What I'm doing is I'm just hanging on now and I'm seeing if I get if I can get to the lowlands, or a report about the lowlands. But if you're buying retail from a dealer, like if you come to the Michael Kittle Rare Coins page and you just see something that looks great and I'm selling it for $100, you got no idea if it's worth $200, $100, or worth $12. You don't know. You're just trusting my pricing and you're trusting your own ability to figure out. Oh, lowlands right there. We got it. Keep experiment. We got lucky. Boom, boom, board. Great. But at an auction, you know that at least there's somebody else out there willing to pay about the same. That's another thing to make you at least feel a little more comfortable buying whatever the heck you're doing. That was a table flip? Oh, okay. Why are you flipping the table? Because I won't land right now? Dude, I don't even have any. Look, I mean, I can land. Now, Minmus's gravity is so low, just so you guys know. I probably could come in really, really slow and perfect and land right on my engine without blowing up. And gravity is low enough, I could probably jump out, go down and land, walk around, and then actually probably use my jetpack to get back up, even though I didn't build any landing legs, any ladders or anything. I don't want to risk it. I just got a lot of science on this mission. I need to get this home safely, which we're not even sure we're going to do yet. I mean, we're still out around Minmus. We don't know if we're going to make it home. We're going to try. We'll do a proper lander at some point. Sure, you got grounded. Amanda was about grounded 3/4 at a time. Yeah, from about age 5 until age, 18, Amanda? You were probably grounded about 3/4 of your life, it sounds like. So, don't want to do it if it's stupid. Lima, I don't think it's stupid. I think it would be stupid. Here's what I mean. If you're buying MS-65 and MS-66 Roosevelt dimes, which are common as dirt and have no premiums in a holder, look, I'll sell you a roll of pretty much any of those dates. BU uncirculated rolls for only a few dollars a coin. Perfect. But to pay for those to get into plastic is stupid. And to buy those in holders is pretty stupid. But if you're buying nice ones, like I said, especially 66s and especially 67s that also have some color, then there's a little bit of a premium that the market will pay. Personally, I think they're worth about the same unless you get real low pop coins. Like if it's 67 plus is the highest graded and you're tied for top graded, then there's something to be said for that. But if it's just high population coins, you shouldn't have. I mean, the plastic you're spending a lot of money on. But if the eye appeal is there are other people that'll pay it, and you won't be wasting tons of money, in my opinion. You'll be buying nice coins that somebody else will buy if you change your mind down the road, or someday your family inherits them, High Toys plays. LOL. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Is that who I think it is? Come on, Meow. Come on, Meow. You flipping tables in your basement? Is that what you're doing over there? Oh, jeez. Aaron's going to gets them ruffled every time. Look at out new mist. Oh, come on, Aaron. Come on, man. Graded coins prices can drop when more get graded. Well, that's something too, but that's the thing. That's why when I say if Lima is going to focus on nice eye appeal, let's point this sucker pro grade real quick before we're doing this. If he's focused on real nice eye appealing coins, there's a market for those always. There's always people that'll buy those. So world's first milestone. What do we get done here? We perform a spacewalk in orbit of Minmus. We got 17,000, 1 science point, and 2 reputation points. Great, 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 great. I don't know. That's what I'm wondering, Alfred. That's what I'm wondering. Oh, boy. Graded coins and, no problem, High Toys. Graded coins can drop when more... Yeah, that's true. That's true. No problem. No problem. All right, let's get that message. So what are we going to do? We got to get home now. That's pretty much all we got to do. Yeah, of course, we do have tons of fuel. We probably could land, but I don't want to risk blowing it up because we don't have landing legs and we didn't build a proper lander. We did not build a proper lander. So what we're going to do is we got to figure out how to get home. And basically we got to burn to get back to Kerbin. I think what we do is we need to burn back here somewhere. So we'll add a maneuver, go in prograde. That didn't do it. Maybe we need to burn... Nah, that's the wrong side of the planet. That kicks us out further. We need to go... Hold up. Cancel that burn. We need to burn back here, I believe. Add a maneuver, go prograde. Yes. So that gets us pretty damn close right there. Actually, not really that close. I mean, it's still far, but at least it makes us dive close to the planet. It's still going to be 4 million miles away, but that's a start. Once we're out here, we can adjust our orbit to fall into the planet, burn up. We got tons of fuel to burn off some of our speed. Yeah, Lehman, no, seriously, if you have more questions on it, no problem. And, yeah, no problem at all. JW says, Kittle, serious question. No, feel free to email. You know how if I don't email, answer right away, email me again. Or you've seen all my emails. You probably even got my phone number. My phone number's on the website. You could even, you know, if you ever want to chat about it, as long as your parents are cool with that. I'll talk you through it, and I'll tell you. I won't BS you, though, Lima. I'm going to tell you what I think. I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear. So what about a 2364 Brown that's a good purchase? Lima, again, on those, 1923 Lincoln cent, common as dirt. Mint State 1923 Lincoln, common as dirt. Not a coin that's worth getting graded at all. But if it's real nice brown that has like a nice color to it, or just has a nice wood grain, or if there's something special about the eye appeal, then maybe it's worth it. That's about all I can say on that. Without seeing it. So we're going to go ahead and just do this burn. That's in 42 minutes. We're going to be happy with that. We're going to go around the planet. Warp 39 minutes away. There might be some other biomes we could keep playing around, and like that was Greater Flats. If we get over one of these other flats, maybe it's not called the Greater Flats. Maybe it's called something else. I can't remember. But I don't know if we need to play around and get every single biome. And I mean, if we really want to, if you're really trying to maximize your science and unlock the most stuff, though, without doing as many missions, that's what you do. But we're going to do a whole bunch of missions. We're going to have fun. We're not in a hurry. We are not in a hurry. You're dead, Lima. What are you saying, Penny, a couple times? Did I miss it? Did I miss it? Okay, anyway, serious question. Prepaid card in my name. Sending a ledge coin to mom's address. I think the prepaid... I don't know what they do on the checks for that, to be honest. I know that billing address, I mean, hey, while we're here, let's just do another EVA report. What the hell, right? See if we get something different. Minmus's Great Flats. I think we already got that. I thought the other one was called Greater Flats. Let's just keep this and board and see what happens. That might be, I think that's a separate biome. I think one was greater and one is great. Is there like a greater, and greatest? Maybe we got lucky and got another biome there. I don't know. We'll find out when we get home. I can't remember exactly, JW. I can't remember. I think when I do mine, I just type in my name and I put my P.O. box and long story short, JW, the shipping address doesn't matter at all. For example, if I were to put in multiple orders, like one for me, one for my mom, one for my sister, the billing address matters for the card. The shipping address, I would put Michael Kittle P.O. Box for every one of those accounts if I had accounts under my mom, my sister, and everybody. You can ship all the coins from all different accounts to the same address. The Mint doesn't care. It's a billing address that they do one per household. Shipping address, they don't care, which is a problem. The Mint should fix that, and they should enforce those rules a little bit, in my opinion, if they really want to limit it to one per household, but they don't seem to care. So if you're shipping coins, like, I don't know what you were trying to ask there. So if you're trying to ship to your mom, where you send it doesn't matter at all. You can ship it to me if you want, which I'll give you you got my P.O. box, ship it to me. So is that 9 a.m. the medal becomes available again, Alfred? No. And I don't really know if I want to make it too public. You know, maybe we can chat on OG22, because I don't really want too many people getting on there, because I got a gold in my cart right now that I'm going to try to buy when it opens up in the morning. Segundo is second, I believe, right? Segundo, unless, yeah, I think, I don't know how to say 1 second, though. I don't know what second is in Spanish. All right, I got a burn coming up in 19 seconds, guys. I got to not look at chat for a second. We are pointing at our maneuver node. This doesn't have to be too precise, though. We're just trying to escape Minmus without. So here we go. Ready? 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 Let's do this. Here we are. That's probably us escaping, and that's almost a perfect burn right there, I think. Map, where are we going? Where are we going, guys? Where are we going? This is us escaping Minmus. We zoom out. This is going to be our new orbit. And it's going to be a crazy orbit around the planet, but we're out of Minmus now. So let's zoom back in. We'll skip to this point there, warp there. Yeah, so when I set up the prepaid cards, I would log those in with, and you know what, honestly, I don't know what the Mint does as far as checking the billing address on those. I have no idea. But when I do the billing address on mine, if I have multiple, like if I wanted to try to do more than one, I would just put in different billing addresses. Like I would put, you know, P.O. Box whatever dash A, P.O. Box whatever dash B, or, you know, whatever your address is, apartment 12. You know, if you just live in a house and it's not an apartment, just put apartment B, apartment C, apartment D. Didn't you guys ever used to get the free CDs from Columbia House, where it was like one per household? So you'd get your 6 free CDs for a penny, and then you'd see the thing come in a magazine again, and then you just put your address, apartment B, and do it again, and then you put your address, apartment C, and then do it again, and you just keep getting free CDs. You never did that? Okay. Me neither, then. All right. Me neither. Okay, we're going to escape Minmus. Then we're going to do some correcting burns to try to get into the atmosphere and try to get home with all this great science. So let's just go 100 times speed. Perfect, we're doing that. Where are we going now? Where are we going? We're 1 hour away from apoapsis. So remember, apoapsis, which is the highest point of our orbit, is the perfect place to burn to either raise or lower our periapsis. So what we're going to do is go here, boom, add a maneuver right at our apoapsis. And what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to burn retrograde. If I can get on the darn, that's this one, burn retrograde to lower our orbit, which is that one, until it gets into Kerbin's atmosphere, which starts at 70,000 meters. Wow, that's too far. Let's just go for right about there. 25,000. We're going to be coming in really hot there. Only 80 meters a second square to burn to do that. I'm happy with it. You're happy with it. Lima loves it too. And so does Kittle's sister. Lima's going to go cry himself to sleep. Damn it, Lima. Come on, man. Give me a break. Seriously, maybe you misunderstood what I said. Maybe I misunderstood what you said. We can talk it over. You don't have to make decisions. Remember, what you're collecting, whether you're collecting just common crap like I might have thought, or whether you're collecting the monster beautiful ones, you don't have to be in a hurry. None of those coins is super rare. You're not buying 68 pluses that only come up to auction once every 3 or 4 years. You're not buying any pop 1 coins with none higher that are going to cost you 5 to 10 grand. Anything in that set, if you miss one, there'll be another one within another year or two. You don't have to be in a hurry. It might be another month or two, or you might be able to go onto eBay right now and buy 100 of the damn things. I don't know. None of them are rare. You can be patient. You can afford to be picky and buy the ones you really want, or you can afford to not buy anything for a while until you think about it some more and make sure that it's something you want. Right? Right? I think. So, yeah, don't be in a rush. You don't have to make your decisions now. You don't have to listen to a thing I say either. See why Columbia doesn't do that anymore, says Alfred. Yeah, and you don't use your name each time either. You use your pets' names, Alfred. That's the other key. Use your pets' names. All right. Never ventured into the movie room, should I? I don't know. There's nothing in there unless we're playing a movie. Oh, yeah. Yeah, casino's a little scary sometimes. Trust me, Mike is all good. You're all good. He speaks the truth. He's right. It doesn't mean I'm always right. It doesn't mean I'm always right. About to start planning out to make that what we talked about the other. Oh, JW, yeah, you can do that. Yeah, that sounds fun. All right, so we got a burn coming out in what, 1 hour? Let's speed up time 100 times and hope we don't pass it. We got to go faster now. Let's go 1,000 times. Ooh, this is gonna just go. We're coming in hot to our burn here. Whoa. Okay, we almost passed our burn there. Okay, 8, 7, 6 minutes, 5 minutes, 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute. Okay, that's a little close enough. Okay, let's go retrograde. We'll point. All right, I think we're ready to do our burn. Again, way down. Where's our planet? Where the hell is our planet? Way over there. Okay. Pet's name, just like voting. Well, Alfred, I think we got to wait and see. We got to wait and see. You know, let the process run itself out, you know? I don't think we need to jump to conclusions. Unless you got to jump to conclusions, Matt, right? Okay, let's start. I think we're going to burn a little slower. Nah, we're going to try to get this accurate. I think we can do this. And again, if I'm missing what you guys are saying in chat, I'm sorry. I'm trying to, I'm trying to fly a spacecraft from a couple different moons all the way home without crashing it. So a little bit of fine, slow burn to get perfect if we can. That's about as good as we're going to get. Go back to the map and see how we did. Where is our periapsis? Our periapsis is 35,000 meters above the surface. Almost perfect. Let's just check. Right there would be 8 days. Right there would be 9 days. So we're coming this direction. I just want to make sure I don't click on the wrong side of our orbit. So we're going to warp to there. Takes 8 days to get back to our planet. That's how far we are. And we're not when we're up this high, we're not moving very fast. Look right there, 180 meters a second, 200. Now as we're falling into Kerbin's gravity, our spacecraft is rapidly picking up speed. Rapidly. Okay, so now let's go back here. Yeah, we're up to 1,800 meters a second now. We are cruising. We are cruising. But we will be able to burn off some of this speed, because we got a ton of fuel in the tank that we don't need. What I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to get my antenna in. Come on, let's try to do that. Retract antenna. There we go. Now, if I thought for some reason like I was going to blow up or I ran out of fuel and I wasn't going to get home, right here I can click transmit data. All the data stored from all those experiments, we could then transmit home. We wouldn't get 100% of the science from it. We'd get a lot of it, though. We'd get a lot of it. So it wouldn't be all loss. And actually what we're going to do now that we speak at World's First Milestones, what is this? We've escaped the gravitational influence of Minmus. Awesome. We're going to do a quick save here. We're going to go here, save game, quick save, number 1, save. Just in case something happens where we blow up through no fault of our own. That does happen in this game. So, made big news after Washington. Pets Should I delete political comments before he gets to them? No, we don't get political. No politics. We're playing Kerbal Space Program. What are you talking about? We are not ranting. There's nothing to rant about. The election, I mean, election's not over yet. Come on. Has the Electoral College met? Is it I think it's the first Monday after the second Wednesday is when they meet. I think that's what it says in the Constitution. Something like that. I might have it a little bit wrong, but basically it's middle December. Have they met? Have they voted? No, it's not over yet. So anyway, nothing to talk about. Just give them 2 minutes, maybe 3. Let them read them and say, hey, come on, man. Come on, man. What are you trying to call me, a lion dog-faced pony soldier or something? No, come on, man. As you can see, as we keep getting closer and closer, our speed just keeps picking up and picking up and picking up. We got all this fuel in the tank. What we could do is we could just ditch our fuel, ditch our engine, coast home, and hope we don't burn up in the atmosphere. We'd probably survive. Probably, though. I don't like probably. I want to know for sure. Space Force! Yeah, I think we got to make a Space Force flag. And I got to figure out how to upload my own flag. I also need to figure out how to get Nightbot working on Kittle Got Game so Lima can put in a Lima command. So that's the only reason we need it, so Lima can have his command. All right, when am I going to start burning off this speed? I think we can start doing it now. So how do we do this? Right here, we focus on periapsis. And to get that to stay on here, just in case you want, we hover over it, it goes away. Hover over it, it goes away. 13 minutes away from hitting the atmosphere, basically. You right-click on it, and it stays there. Right now, if we burn retrograde, which is where we're pointing, we'll just slow down, and that periapsis goes right down into the atmosphere. That means we fall faster and steeper into the atmosphere, meaning we're going to get more heat. We don't want that. If we burn prograde, this raises up, and we might miss the atmosphere, and then we have to go all the way back around way out past Minmus again. We don't want that. We want to keep our periapsis. Now, 70,000 is the start of the atmosphere. I always like to aim somewhere 35,000 and less, so we're really into the atmosphere, so we know it's going to slow us down and make us land. If we only did remember, the atmosphere starts at 70,000. If we only did 60,000 here, we would cruise through here, slow down a little bit, but then we'd keep going around, and we'd probably lower our apoapsis here and slow down, and we'd come around and probably have to do it again a few times. Hey, that's not a bad way. If we wanted to burn off speed, like if we were coming in way too hot, we thought we were going to blow up, we just want to burn off a little speed, and we had more, we didn't have any fuel, that's what we would do. We would just barely hit the atmosphere, slow down a little bit, come around, try to barely hit the atmosphere again, slow down a few times. We could do that. We could do that. You think that's a racial? Hey, I mean, everything's a racial slur. If, as long as one person out there gets butt hurt by it, Craig, everything is. Can't say anything in America anymore. So, can't say anything. Somebody will be offended by anything you say. Her face says she doesn't like anything. Who are we talking about, Amanda? Who's Aaron talking about? Oh, Kamala? Or is it Kamala? I don't know. I watch too much Tucker Carlson. Half the time he says Kamala, and he gets in trouble. Half the time he says Kamala, and I don't know what's the right answer. And she says it both ways, too. Look it up. Okay, here we go. So what I want to do, again, here is, if I'm pointing retrograde right now. I want to turn on the SAS, but just have stability. I think I want to point a little bit straight up. Like, here's retrograde, and then here's radial. I think that's radial out or in. I don't remember. So basically, I'm just pointing straight up. Here's the nav ball. This is relative to Earth. I'm pointing straight up and down, and we can confirm that right here. I should be pointing basically, well, straight up from the path we're going in. And we're going to see if this works. We're going to see if this works. If we burn a little bit here, we should reduce our speed, because our speed just keeps increasing, but not mess with the periapsis too much. Okay, I'm burning a little bit. Our periapsis is going up, so I'm going to aim more this way. No, we're going to aim more retrograde. There we go. Now we're lowering it a little bit. Oh, we could get another encounter with the moon, it looked like, if we just stayed on that. So right now I'm kind of burning between the two to try to keep my periapsis in between 30 and 40,000. But I am reducing my speed and lowering my orbit. So I'm kind of just playing with this a little bit. And I'm going to watch my fuel so I don't totally run out and screw this up, but now I'm lowering my periapsis again. So we can just lower it a bunch. Speed's going down, which is good. Now I want to raise it back up because we're going too steep in. Let's go this way some more. Now we're raising it back up a little bit, but still slowing down. So this is just a way you can kind of like burn off a bunch of speed and not waste. Hey, we got that fuel in the tank. We might as well use it, right? Let me read some chat here. Try to. AOC is truly unhappy. So what I heard on the radio, at least, and yeah, I do radio. Who needs radio, right? No, what I heard on the radio is that AOC really doesn't even want to be in politics. That's what I think she said, but she didn't, but she ran for re-election and just got re-elected, right? So, dude, if you don't want to be in politics, then maybe you don't run for re-election, right? No, I think what they said, or maybe she even said this, but I think that's what they said about her, is that she ran again just to prove that she wasn't a fluke and that the people really love her and that she is the future, I guess. I think that's kind of what she said. She just wanted to prove to everyone that she's not like a one-hit wonder, and she proved that. She got reelected in her very liberal district. But so now I guess she could probably quit if she wants to, and she's proved everybody her point. I think that's kind of what she said. Now I have no idea. Is she really going to quit? Does she really not want to be in politics? I don't really care. I don't know. I didn't vote for her. She doesn't represent me. So, all right, we're going to go ahead and cut the engine right there. We're going to come in at 21,000 meter periapsis. What that means, though, but while on our way down, as we approach this 21,000, remember 70,000 is when the atmosphere starts. We're going to start burning. We're going to start burning up in the atmosphere. It's going to slow us down even more. So even if we don't do anything else, any more burns, we will land. We're not coming around for another orbit. We're going to land for sure. So we got a little bit left in the tank. We'll go back to this mode. We will point retrograde, and we're going to come in home. We're coming home. But before we hit that atmosphere, we do want to ditch this engine and tank. We'll do that in just a minute, just in case. Mr. Marmello, what's up? What's up? Nicole's got the eyes going. I have seen the 0 cents coins and $0, like 0 bills and stuff. I've seen stuff like that. People have done those for other people, too. People have done those for years. I think there's actually people have done those even more than 100 years ago, made coins and stuff like that for other people. Absolutely. Different, like kind of political or campaign-related stuff. All right, I think, yeah, we'll just keep coming in here. Coming in. We're pointing retrograde, so we're pointing in the direction we're traveling. We're pointing our butt at the direction we're traveling. Our orbit is going down. Let's speed up a little bit to get closer to it. Again, our speed's picking up, coming in hot. Remember, we just came all the way from one of our outer moons. There we go, we're getting closer. So when do we ditch our engine? When do we ditch our engine? That is the key, huh? Let's go back to map, make sure everything's looking good. I mean, we could do one more burn to get this a little bit lower. I think we're fine. I hope we're fine. And I guess to make sure, what we do is we're going to go ahead and hit escape. Save game one more time, quick save. So now if something screws up or if we just totally blow it, we do have another chance. I'm flying right over this cool crater. Wonder if I can do an EVA right over this crater. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to point prograde real quick. And then I'm going to stage. I'm going to ditch this engine. Ready? 1, 2, 3, ditch. And now I'm going to point retrograde. Boom. See ya, engine. That'll burn up in the atmosphere on its own. And let's make sure that didn't change our... Yeah, we did. We were at 21,000 and change. Now we're at 22,000. So just that little maneuver caused a little bit of an adjustment to our orbit. Still fine. Still going to go way into the atmosphere. We could have burnt off a little more speed. I don't think we need to. The only thing that's probably going to happen, or could happen, is we could lose our goo containers because they're sticking out. Like if we look straight on, I mean, they stick out beyond our heat shield, just a hair. That's going to be, I mean, there's a risk of this. Look at Jebediah Kerman down here, looking all happy. He's coming home. He's coming home. He knows he's going to survive. Is that a spot where we already blew up? It could be. Let's do this. Let's just do this real quick. Oh, dude, am I going to do this? Yeah, let's go EVA real quick. EVA report. Just above Kerbin's water. Keep it. Board. That was fun. Tee-hee-hee. Let's look at the map again. Are we above that crater or not? I thought that was a separate biome. Maybe not. Let's try it one more time real quick. EVA. Crew report. EVA report. Above Kerbin shores. We'll take that. Boom. Board. Crew report? Is that separate too? No, in space above Kerbin. That's all it is. But the EVA reports are separate, so... Should we do it one more time? EVA. Boom. EVA report. Just above Kerbin's mountains. Boom. Keep experiment. Boom. Board. Okay. Now we don't want to do that again, because now we're starting to go into the atmosphere. 70,000 is the atmosphere. Come on, guys. We don't talk politics in here. You guys know the rules. Oh, shoot. I got to go. Shoot. SAS, and I need to point retrograde. Shoot. Retrograde. Oh. I forgot once you go EVA and then come back, it doesn't point retrograde. Okay, you can see our heat shield already heating up. Over here, milestones. That was our first spacewalk around Kerbin. Wow. I didn't know that. Over here, you'll see here ablator. That's our heat shield. You'll see that wearing off. And the number here is 0.15, 0.16. That's like the rate that it's burning away. So it's getting hotter, it's burning faster. Right now, everything's on its own. I can't do anything. Oh no, we're getting heat warnings. And yep, those are heat warnings on our mystery goo containers. Oh, they might blow up, guys. They might. They're getting too hot. It's getting hotter. Oh no. Will they survive? Did I burn off enough speed? It's gonna be close. Oh no. Please don't burn. Please don't blow up. Please don't blow up. Oh, there's one of them that blew up. There's two of them that blew up. Three. I think one of them's going to survive. It's getting protected. Damn it. Damn it, we just lost all that science. But whatever. I guess we'll have to do it again. Guess I'll have to do it again sometime. At least the goo experiments, except for the one that survived on the. Now I could reload and try. I know, like, since this one was protected, apparently this part is a lot safer than up here. Down here, I guess, was more protected at the angle we're coming in. I could, let's go toggle SAS and let it just come in by on its own. I could actually do something like this, and roll like this as we came in to where that protected area gets evenly distributed. And maybe that would have made all four of them blow up, or maybe that would have made all four of them survive. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, we could try it. But you know what? That happens. I don't think we want to play a game or have our game be one of those where we just keep resetting and undoing until everything's perfect. Look, that's the way we designed it. We did our best with the parts we had and the science we have unlocked. We tried to make it happen, and we failed. So we'll have to redo those experiments on another mission. That's fine. I mean, it sucks, but it's fine. Sucks, but it's fine. Boom, boom. I'm just glad it doesn't. That when that happens, only those parts blow up, and the whole thing doesn't blow up. That is a good thing. And I know this is dark for everybody, so let's turn on our light just so you can see the spacecraft. I wouldn't say it's an F in chat. No, Jeb. I mean, we just lost some goo. Big deal. Oh, I gotta launch my parachute. Shit. There we go. Sorry, guys. That would have been a fail, right? Can I do these pressure readings? Let's see. Log pressure. Yeah. Temperature? Log temperature? Yeah. Cool. Crew report? Yeah, sure. Over the desert. Keep experiment. Perfect. Now I'm going slow enough. If I really wanted to get risky, do we want to get risky? Do we want to do it? Let's go EVA right now. EVA report. Hold on tight, dude. Board. Oh, dude, that was quick. I just got a quick EVA report flying over the desert. He had to hold on tight while we're coming down. He had to hold on tight. I don't recommend doing that at home. I don't recommend doing that at home. This is America. We'll just make a new rocket, exactly. And there we are. We landed. Now, we can do another EVA real quick. We will take this data. We'll take this data. We will take all the data in here. There's 26 different experiments stored away still from all the stuff we did. Now we will board again. And now let's see if we can do this stuff while we're landed. Log pressure data. Nope. We must have already done one of those experiments, so we'll reset that. Temperature, log temperature. No, we must have already done that too, so we'll reset that. Crew report from the desert, can we do that? Nope. Let's do one more EVA just to see. Let's let go. Climb out. Space is let go. Hopefully you guys can actually see this a little bit, but I can only plant a flag, remove helmet, or do an EVA report. Let's try EVA again. No. I don't have the technology unlocked to take surface samples, because that's one reason you would want an EVA, so we can't do it. So we'll just grab and board. We don't need to plant a flag in the desert. That's not a big accomplishment. And that's our mission right there, guys. Now walk all the way home. That would be a long walk, I think. And actually, speaking of that, now that we're on this, let's go back to map view. We are over here on this side of the planet. Our space center is way over here, so about a quarter of the way around the planet. That would be a long walk. We actually get credit if we land closer to the space center. It actually is better to try to land closer. I don't really care. It's not that big of a deal. I just land. Hey, look, if I'm landing on my own planet, I'm happy. We do need to play some Fall Guys after this, absolutely. I might need to go make myself a grilled cheeseburger or something, but no, I'm not going to do that. But I do need to have a snack first. Probably get into some of that Halloween candy I just dominated at the grocery store. So anyway, what it is, so right here when we go to recover vessel, with all the parts that are left on here, look, we can, we get money back for these parts, but the money is reduced for recovering our vessel depending on how far away it is, because it costs us more money to come recover it way the hell out here in the desert than if we landed right back at the Space Center. So there is a little bit of an advantage to landing right at home. So we're going to recover that vessel. Sorry I lost those 3 goo canisters. I'm curious as to which goo canister survived, because we'll have to check that. And you know what? I kind of screwed up. What I did, here, listen to this, guys. I knew, and you can rewind the stream, I predicted that those goo canisters could have been an issue. So what I should have done is I should have transmitted the data from those goo experiments home, even though you only get partial science. Because then if I actually recovered them, I would get the rest of the science that didn't transmit. So I should have transmitted what I had just to be safe, but I didn't. So I did screw that up. But we will do those experiments again, don't worry. Let's mystery goo in space near Minmus. Actually, that's the most valuable one. Because space high above the moon, low above near the moon, those are worth a lot. But Minmus is further. Near Minmus was the most valuable one. That's the one that survived. 40 science. Altogether, 638 science on that mission. 659 science is what we have total. Parts, here it is. So right here it says parts resources recovered. 716.6 kilometers from the KSC, so we only get 64% of their value. You know what? If we could land right there, again, we'd get an extra, whatever the difference of that is. We get some extra money back. The total funds we recovered was 2,900. So yeah, maybe we'd get a little closer to 4,000 back. If I knew how to do it better and knew how to aim a little better and predict, plan my approach a little better, maybe I could do that. And then crew, Jebediah gained 4 XP, advanced to level 2. Awesome. Done. There we go, guys. There we go. And we got 2 more milestones. Let's check that. We have returned home from a flyby of Minmus. We have returned home from an orbit of Minmus. We have gathered first scientific data from Minmus, and we have gathered the first scientific data from the Mun. Let's trash those. Contract complete. Science data from space around the Mun. Good work. More science, more reputation. Done. Perfecto. Perfecto. Fiending it also, Alfred. Glad I'm not alone. Mikey didn't know you were still here. Mikey's here. Mikey's always here. Mikey's always listening. I didn't have a grilled cheeseburger yesterday. I had a, Amanda, you know, because didn't they used to have a fat burger in Maui, like up in Makawao, I believe, or Pukalani? But I don't think it's there anymore, is it? But I had fat burger yesterday. Oh my God. And look, I went all out. I got the, I think it's called the XL burger. No, it's the double XL burger, I think. If you haven't been to a Fat Burger, it's a West Coast place. They just do big, fresh burgers. They have an XL burger, which is a half-pound patty. It's just a big-ass burger. The double XL is 2 of those, so it's basically a 1-pound burger. Save. You want me to save this? Okay. Save game. Where do you go? Save. So it's basically a 1-pound burger, 2 half-pound patties. They actually have a triple XL that's 1.5 pounds, and if you go there and you eat it, you can put your picture on the wall. I could totally do that. But the problem is the burger is so thick when you get to that point, it's not fun to eat that. It's just too big, too juicy. It gets your bun wet. No. We don't do that. So the double XL is like, it's a huge meal, and I had a big, greasy, juicy cheeseburger yesterday. So I wouldn't call it a grilled cheeseburger. I wouldn't call it a grilled cheeseburger like Mikey gets, but let's check out. And you know what? This pisses me off right now. I just go right back to do the contracts, and guess what it tells us we can do? Science data from space around Minmus. Isn't that what we just did, guys? Isn't that what we just did? Come on, meow. They give me a contract to do that right when we do that. Conduct temperature surveys of the Mun. We're not doing that. Specific spots of the moon, no. If it was just collect science from around the moon, that's fine. Satellite in a specific orbit of Minmus. That's a weird orbit. It needs to be an unmanned with an antenna that generates power. Mystery goo and maintains stability for 10 seconds. I don't know if we're going to do that or not. I mean, it's a good way to make money. Look, they give us 51 grand up front, and we get 145 when we complete it. It's easy. Science data from space around Kerbin. Why didn't we do this one? Did this one just pop up or something? That's easy. You know, we need to put some satellites around our planet and everywhere else. Hope has a big monster. IHOP has a big... I'm like, I hope? What is it? Who's I hope? Who's I hope? What is Mr. Marmello saying? Alfred Kittle sister, don't think Hawaiian. Are you talking about Wahine ladies? IHOP has a big monster burger, huh? Yeah. I mean, look, when I talk to Big Mill about our favorite In-N-Out burgers, again, you got to have a proper meat to cheese ratio for one. You don't want too much cheese versus meat. You don't want too much meat versus cheese. You want it perfect, right? And you don't want the burger so damn big that you can't open your mouth big enough to eat it. So you can get crazy. You can go get the 4x4 burger at In-N-Out. You can. But I think it's just too much cheese. It is a big burger, but the patties at In-N-Out are thin, so you can do the 4 meats. That's fine. But I think the 4x2 is the proper burger. 4 meats with only 2 pieces of cheese. I think that's the proper ratio for In-N-Out. Just saying for anybody. But no matter what, me and Big Mill do agree on this one. When you get your fries, you got to get your fries well done. Nice crunchy fries. Okay, what are our active contracts? Let's just confirm this. Position a satellite around Kerbin, yes. Satellite around the Mun, yes. And then data and flag on the Mun. Okay. Now what else do I want to get around there? Science data from space around Kerbin, yes. We will do that. Or accept. Because what I'm going to do, I think our next missions, I don't think we're going to do them today. I think we're going to go maybe take a break and then maybe play a little bit of Fall Guys or something fun. Because I know you guys are just thrilled with this game. I mean, I got 13 viewers, but I do appreciate that. Hopefully you guys are having fun and learning some stuff. what we want to do next is we want to put out some communication satellites, and I think we've unlocked enough stuff to unlock stuff to build space probes satellites. And then after we do that missions where we put out space probes, I think we can then go for a moon landing or a Minmus landing or both. Mikey, you had mahi-mahi fish, green beans and carrots with bacon, and roasted cabbage. Would you eat that? And a glass of red. Mikey doesn't like bacon and seafood. Oh, God. How can you not like bacon? You can see having too much cheese can hurt the bacon, less cheese. Caveman, yeah, exactly. Now, for example, there was Wendy's. Now, I think it was just several years ago. Maybe even a decade ago. They used to have a burger called the Cheesy Cheeseburger, which was basically their double stack with cheese, the double stack with cheese, basically like a perfect burger, in my opinion. It's awesome. But they would take that double stack with cheese and then put a scoop of like liquid hot magma cheese on it. Like liquid cheese on top of, not on top of the bun, of course, but just on top of the burger. So you'd have a regular double cheeseburger, but with a scoop of molten cheese on it too. Hey, it was really cheesy, but yes, too much cheese. So what we're doing is we want to put satellites around, and then if we put like experiments on the satellites, anytime something like this comes up, science data from space, all we gotta do is switch to that satellite and click the button and we automatically get the contract. We do want that. So we're gonna go ahead and accept that contract. Science data from space around Minmus. I want to put satellites around Minmus too, but I don't want to put them in this orbit. So I don't think we're gonna do that contract, and I don't think we're going to take this contract yet either. We could rescue one of our guys from orbit as well, but we're gonna be good with these 5 contracts. That gets us some work to do next time around. Again, we can go into the tracking station, zoom out, and see all kinds of fun that we could do. That's where we're going to put our satellite around Kerbin. And I think while we're doing a launch of putting a satellite out, I think we might as well launch like 3 or 4 satellites at once and try to put them at different points in the orbit, so we can kind of like have like a network, like a relay network, to where no matter where, just because if we put a satellite over here and we're over here at the moon, we won't have line of sight. Kerbin will be blocking it. So if we do like a whole like we're not going to be Elon Musk and do the Starlink constellation, but we can put a few satellites out at once while we're doing it. I think that's what we're going to do. And then if we go to the MUN, yeah, we got a contract to put 1 satellite around here. I think while we're doing it, we might as well attach 3 or 4 satellites to our rocket and kick them all out there, just so we have a nice little constellation around the moon. So again, when we do our moon landing, as this rotates, as the Earth rotates, we'll always have line of sight to one of our satellites to be able to relay our messages if we need to. Or if we might, hey, maybe our first moon landing won't even have a Kerbal on it. Maybe we'll do an unmanned probe. I mean, that's what the space program did back in the day, right? First you send the unmanned missions, and then you go for the land. Maybe we'll do that too. Mikey likes to have 3 to 4 different cheeses on your burgers? Jesus, Mikey. I'm against that, Mikey. I'm against that. Because the cheeses mixed together, you might as well just have 1 cheese of the flavor you like, right? I'm kind of against that. And if you want more cheese, put more of the same cheese and enjoy that flavor. I'm telling you. I think that's wrong. I think that's wrong, Mikey. But hey, look. Again, just like I tell people with the coins, don't look. That's my opinion. If you like it that way and that's what you like, then go for it. Did I say probes? Yes, we can do space probes. We can do probes. Fo, show. Is there anything to do out here at Minmus? Did we do? Yes, that's a contract. See, that's just a weird orbit, like a weird. I guess we could do that, and I guess does it matter if I just don't. I like all of our stuff to be nice and even. I don't want my satellite going in that direction. I don't know. We'll think about that one though. We'll think about that one. So what we got here, and we're going to end this in just a second. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Meal is almost as good looking as you. Oh, come on, Marmello. Come on, Meow. All right. Simmer down now. You know what we haven't done, and I totally forgot about this? Administration building. I think we briefly clicked on it. I just remembered it. So what we got here is we have 0 active strategies right now. We should choose an active strategy for our space program. So let's see what we have. Finances, fundraising campaign. So what this would do is take away 5% of our reputation gains that we get, and it gives us extra money. Licensing takes 5% of our science and gives us extra money. I don't want to take my science and lose money. No. The science guy here takes away 5% of our reputation and gives us more science. I kind of like that. This takes 5% of our money and gives us extra science. I kind of like that. And this gets, what does this do? Oh, this just sells some of our science for cash. I don't like that. I don't like that. What is this one? Takes away a little bit of our money to get reputation. So these all yield extra reputation. And what does this one do? This does a little bit of money off of our launch costs and repairs. Oh yeah, that's the thing. If we crash any rockets at our space center, we damage our buildings. We have to pay to repair them. 5.5% to recovery. Leadership. More funds for... this is a lot of stuff I should have done early on. Basically have a strategy of what you want to focus on. But... because a lot of these, they cost money and they cost science points to even go. I'm just going to ignore all this for now. Maybe we'll come do this later. Look at the signs over here. Find lunch thief, it says on our board. To do, science, space science, organize parts. That's awesome. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Mashed taters is one of your... oh, mashed taters is good. Even squirrels eat mashed taters. All right, so are we gonna be done? Are we gonna be done? I think so. Mission control, that's fine. What's the next upgrade do? You can do unlimited contracts, so I can just take every single contract that comes in. I don't know if I want to do that. R&D. Let's just go in here and look at this real quick. Yeah, we got 659 points to spend, so we're gonna unlock a lot of this stuff. I don't really want to think about it right now, I don't think. I don't think so. Do we? Do we want to do this yet? What are we going to do? What's our next couple goals? Miniaturization, I think we want this. So this is little stack separators, little adapters. No, we don't want that one. Which one do we want? Do we got the probe core? Yeah, we got the Probo-Dobodyne Octo, so it's a little probe core that we could use. Or we already had to unlock this one. This is called the Staputnik. It's like a little Sputnik probe core. Anyway, you need a probe core so you can actually send messages to fly the ship. So we do got probe cores unlocked. That's good. We got lights and batteries. Just trying to see what we need to make an actual... we probably need to unlock this one, propulsion. So these are small little engines that we can put on our... yeah, a little spark engine would be awesome in this little tank. So we can actually maneuver our satellites. I think I'd like those. Those cost 90. Heavy rocket would be really sweet, but I don't think we need it yet. General construction. Yes, we're going to need these struts. We're going to need decouplers. Okay, I think we got enough. We're going to have enough points to do some of this for sure. All right, cool. Cool beans, cool beans, cool beans. What else you guys have to say? What else do you guys have to say here in chat? So did Randy find a squirrel? I think he did. Yeah, I think the squirrel came back. Some folks like soft, warm food. Cubed steak, huh? Cubed steak. Make a poor boy out of one of them. Totally different meal. All right, I think we're probably about done. What else is there to do? I guess we can go here to research about real quick just to show you what we've done now. So remember, these are all the things we've ever done. Material study, we only did that one. We can still take once we unlock a larger pod, we can still take around a scientist, and because a scientist will be able to keep resetting that material study. We can go around and get a lot of science with one of those. Let's go check out the MUN. This is all the stuff we've done at the MUN. No, Only 2 crew reports, which is all we do. 3 EVA. We got the Highlands, Midlands, and High Over. We never found the Lowlands, or there's a whole bunch of biomes we can do EVA experiments. We do got 2 mystery goo observations. But we got no value or science? So did it tell us that we did the mystery goo, but we just didn't bring it home? Okay, so it does register here. It just shows us not getting any science or credit from it. That's interesting. Okay. I thought it just wouldn't be here at all. So we do need to do those again, the mystery goo. And then Minmus, on example though, yes, because we did get the one the high space over Minmus blew up, the near space, we brought home. So we got 0 science for that one. We did get 40 for that. So that's kind of how it works. Okay. Okay. Never had a home growing up, really. Oh, that's sad. So now you're the one that does the home cooking. Cool. Sounds good. All right, everybody. Well, hey, look, if you guys want me to keep playing this game and you guys think it's fun, I might keep playing. I'm having fun with it. So hopefully some of you guys like watching this. I know Nate Hunt's Heat liked it enough to go out and buy the game and get all the cool stuff, but yeah, I don't know. I think our next couple missions, we're gonna do some satellites. We're gonna put satellites out to make like a little relay network so we can communicate with our stuff. And then I think maybe after that we'll go for a landing. I think we'll go right for a manned landing. I don't think we want to just send like a probe to land, do we? I think we want to walk on the moon and Minmus and take samples. Speaking of taking samples, what do we need to do for that? Astronaut upgrade. How do you do that? Okay, we need to upgrade our R&D facility. Oh. Which I think we're going to have to do this soon anyway. It costs $451,000 to do this. We got $490,000. We could barely do this right now. But it'll allow us to research better technologies and let our Kerbals take surface samples. So those are surface samples give you tons of science. So we're going to need to upgrade that. Damn, that's a lot of points. Tracking station, what happens if we upgrade it? We don't need to do that yet. It's too expensive. Launch pad. We can do bigger and heavier vessels. Okay. Yeah, we're going to have to eventually upgrade all this stuff. Administration building, that's cool. Complex. Yeah, that doesn't really add anything. This gives us more astronauts to choose from. Or that we can hire. This YouTube, got to do what we do and we'll follow? Well, maybe. Mikey's got to go to bed. It's 1:03 in Maryland. Have a good night, Mikey. Glad you got your coins and glad you liked them. Thank you. Maybe we'll play a little bit of Fall Guys in a few minutes, though. So sorry, Mikey, you might not be able to make it to that one if you got to go to bed, but maybe we'll do that. The Mun rules. All right. Thanks, Mr. Marmello. Appreciate you hanging out. Nicole likes listening while we play and you do some work. Very cool. I appreciate you hanging out. Appreciate all you hanging out. And with that said, I think we're going to just go ahead and what are we going to do? We're going to save one more time. We'll do a save game. Save. We'll go here. And we will go quit to main menu. And there we are. Back to the main menu. We're going to go ahead and end this. Not right away, Caveman. I got to grab something to snack on. I got to return a couple emails that came in and maybe a phone call, but I'd say within the next half hour, Kittle Got Game might be playing a little Fall Guys. And maybe Amanda will play. Maybe JW will play. Maybe Nate. Maybe Far North. I don't know. Or maybe I'll just be playing with myself for the rest of the night. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, thanks again for hanging out. You guys take care, and we'll see you next time.